Fam! Well, here we sit. Remember this time last year, all we could talk about was Reuben Foster and other players, of course. But in your wildest imagination, did you possibly believe that we were going to be sitting here wondering, oh my God, what are we going to do now? So I'm just really... and we traded up in the first round, traded back up in the first round to get Ruben. I just didn't believe he was gonna. I said he'll straighten up, and now like you, I'm probably realizing there's no such thing as he'll straighten up. Just yesterday we read about Alvin Smith. He comes in, he's on probation. They got an ankle bracelet on him and everything else. They check out his blood. He's like .04. What is it, alcohol, blood content, whatever it is. But, it's just really, it's not going to. Now I understand why when you find out players have red flags, just let it go. He's a great player, but I don't know. I'm really disappointed. As I'll read the headline, April 12th. Kevin Smith, Deputy District Attorney, Domestic Violence Unit. Reuben Foster charged with felony domestic violence. Reuben Foster, a professional football player, was charged today with felony domestic violence against his live-in girlfriend. Foster, 24, physically attacked a 28-year-old woman during a February argument at their Los Gatos home, leaving her bruised and with a ruptured eardrum. What I had said at that time, because everybody was running around saying, hey, she ain't got no bruises, no physical signs of nothing. Who said that? Why'd they say it? Foster's scheduled to be arraigned at 1:30 p.m., and we already know about that today in Department 44 of the Hall of Justice, San Jose. Faces charges of domestic violence with allegation that he inflicted great bodily injury, forcefully attempting to prevent a victim from reporting a crime. And I understand Ruben busted up her phone. None of that stuff came. When things come out, I want to know the truth. I was thinking Ruben was completely innocent, and maybe she fabricated this stuff, and maybe it was just one of those arguments where she was just trying to get him in trouble. Poor girl was in danger, man. But then they got the possession of an assault weapon on there. All of these things are felonies. He's also charged with misdemeanor possession of a large capacity weapon magazine. If convicted, he faces more than 11 years in prison. On February, And then it's, on the day that happened, she flagged down a stranger's car. It says they're driving on Shannon Road to call 911. She called police. The victim then told responding sheriff's deputies and Los Gatos police that Foster dragged her by her hair. We said it's a damn liar. Right? We always that's not true. Why would we be doing that? We can't believe it. This is our all-pro linebacker, right? Physically threw her out of the house and punched her in the head 8 to 10 times. The victim went to a local hospital where she was treated for her injuries and released. Oh, man, I don't want to read any more of this. Ruben! Rudy called, Niner Inc. called in yesterday, and apparently he was right, or the day before yesterday, I'm sorry. Called in the other day, and he says what Ruben may need to do is attend some anger management classes and some other things. Apparently, Ruben goes all the way off. And you know what? He's a very volatile guy. He's a football player of the complete definition. These guys, they have a certain amount of rage just flying around in them from playing a game for all those years. Usually what happens, you could call it and let it fall back. But the monster can get loose sometimes, I guess. I never had that issue. I played ball, but I never got that kind of mad. I used to love to knock the bejesus. But you know what? I could leave it out of the game. I saw it as a game, but some dudes take it a little more deeper than that. But usually the dudes that I remember used to take it more deeper than that, they were like roiding up like crazy. And NC2A, high school band, nobody gets in trouble for roiding up unless you walk around, I'm ready to play football. I don't care what time we're gonna go. Then you knew this dude was on the stuff, man. The juice is just flowing through him. So, fam, my next question is this. What the hell are we gonna do now? I had anticipated Ruben would be back by game 3. You realize, of course, last year during that 5-game stretch, Ruben played a very instrumental part in those victories. Can we find anybody that, you know what, no matter how we try to say, we can get somebody to play. No, that's Reuben Foster. For all his faults and all his issues, that boy can play some ball. The run got shut down those last 5 games, and a lot of that had to do with him. Gurley is right now, Todd Gurley and a lot of running backs that are on our schedule that said, yes, they know. Now we got to patch that hole. Damn it! Anyway, all right, let's go ahead and collect your thoughts on matters. All right, hey, is that? Yo, Repent, what's up?
What's up, Ronbo? How's it going? Good evening.
Well, it is a good evening, but terrible, fam. You know, I was dependent on Reuben Foster, bruh. I can't believe we're going through this.
I got the notification on my phone, and I was shocked. And it really was hard to process, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, of course, a big part of me really wants to be, you know, angry at him, you know, for what he's done or allegedly did, you know.
Yeah.
You know, there's a chance. I mean, the reality is we don't know. I don't know what happened. But there's a really small chance that this is going to be a case of her making things up, you know. But I will say this. The best thing we can say is I'm not depending on Ruben Foster returning whatsoever.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, I think we need to start maybe processing to go on with the 49er season without him, you know. He needs help, you know. I think if let's say he is guilty, you know, then he's going to need a lot of counseling, and he's going to have to for sure associate what he did with a lot of consequences, because let's say he is guilty for what he's done, then he could have killed the girl, you know.
There it is. 8 to 10 times? Big and strong as he is?
He could have killed her, man. And
he was raging.
The reality is, Rumble, that we already already saw the symptoms. There's some dysfunction going on with him, you know. And he for sure, you know, needs help. You know, I'm not going to judge the man, you know. This behavior a lot of times is learned. So when you talked about a long time ago how his dad almost tried to kill his own mom, you can't be surprised by this kind of stuff now, you know.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
But I will say this, Rombo. I am kind of questioning this because I'm gonna speak the truth about this now. The one thing for sure that I'm questioning, and I'm not gonna be critical on John Lynch, but I would love to know what Jed York has to say to John Lynch if he possibly asked him, so why did you select him when you heard all these reports about him? When other teams passed him up, why did you select him in the first round?
So you're talking about it's time to designate blame, right?
I'm not talking about blame. Like I said, you know, it's you know, John Lynch, all I'm wondering is this part of his inexperience that we're seeing in Lynch? You know, because Lynch doesn't quite have that experience. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not saying he really made a mistake. This might have been out of his control. But I do think that, you know, that there are signs that Foster was showing. And I'm not saying to not draft him. But what I'm saying is, did you really have to go first round on him, though? Like, maybe third or fourth?
If repent if he'd have been available. But listen, repent. You know what? We're gonna have to move because we got a bunch of people in tonight that want to speak. But that's an excellent point. That is a very excellent point. Will Jed York, as the heat starts to come his direction, because the Saints wanted him as well. That's why we had to. When he was on the phone, remember the Saints, so there wasn't any going to the second or third round. But
okay,
even still. Do you make that kind of commitment? Because you know what? As bad as we don't appreciate Trent Baalke, Trent would have never pulled the trigger on that deal. He blew it with Alden Smith, and he never ran a risk again. Do you realize how many players we wanted? I wanted Peters. Trent wanted nothing to do with him that night. And at that time, I imagine that's what happened. Trent looked at put all the boxes down there. None of them checked. He was right on Peters probably.
Yeah.
So you're right. It could have been his inexperience. You know what, fam, for the night, Repent brings up an excellent point. I wanted to touch upon it if you want, and Repent, appreciate you, fam. Let me see you tomorrow.
To be continued, man.
Yeah, please. All right. God, there you go. There's something I had thought about. What is Jed the kind of guy that's going to say, John, I need to talk to you for a moment, and then they get into that conversation? There's Niner Inc.
Niners. What's up, Ronbo?
You know, fam. Just like you tried to prepare us for the other day. Nanik, are you in your car?
No, I'm actually outside, but
okay, yeah. Just turn your back to the wind. The wind's getting in your phone.
Okay, let me see. Yeah, it's because we're at my son's practice right now. We're conditioning them, so.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah, I had to step away and call in. Can you hear me better?
Yeah. The wind's out now. You got that blocked. Good. Yeah, I was just saying you prepared us the other day for what we're seeing now, and man, I tell you, I'm a little scared here. To the point now I'm kind of numb, looking forward to the draft or what we're going to do to replace him. Because you know what, Ink? No matter what, he's out for a season. He's suspended for a year. I just know it.
Yeah, it seems like that, Ronbo. And yes, it is John Lynch's inexperience. But you know what? It was a question that every team was going to ask themselves, whoever drafted him. And it's growing pains for everybody, man. It makes them a better. It makes everyone better all around. Even Ruben Foster, man. Maybe this is a lesson that he really has to go through and learn. Like I said, Rombo. I don't want to take up too much time, but I'm gonna try to make it quick.
Okay.
I'm not judging Foster yet because we don't know exactly what happened. Those are allegations. The
True.
details are very disturbing. I have 2 daughters of my own, and I would not love that. But I've made mistakes in my life as well. I told you a few months back, one time I dragged my ex. I come from a toxic relationship. I dragged her out. Neighbors called. They took me in, gave me anger management classes, and 3 years of probation. I never hit her. She never said I hit her, but that was a minimal charge that I was facing, and I ended up getting. Another thing is, those allegations, if there is no witness, then it's a he said, she said thing. The details are there, though, for a reason. Another experience I had, one time my ex accused me of threatening her with her at the time boyfriend with a knife. I went to jail. 6 months later, when I went to court for a different thing, and they took me in automatically. Well, I fought it. I bailed out. I fought it because, when I do something wrong, I man up to it, Rombo. At that time, those were accusations that she was making. So I ended up fighting it, and I won it. The boyfriend even went at the time and said, you know what, that never happened. I don't know what she's saying. And what ended up happening is he ended up leaving her because he saw that she's my ex was crazy,
Yeah.
So we don't know, Rombo. We don't know. Let's just hope for the best, man. Let's hope for the best, Rombo.
Yeah,
I'm not proud of the things I went through, but it just comes from a toxic relationship. I said a while back, he has to leave her, Rombo.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's still messing with her. I know he's supposed to stay away from her.
Yeah.
But he definitely needs to just leave her and not look or have her part of his future.
He probably loves the baby,
You know?
though. You know, and if he can't see her, she's gonna say, "Well, don't." Our daughter stays with me, so you know, and that always gets at a guy, and man, it's gonna make him crazy. It's worrisome.
He lost rights to that already, Ronbo. He lost rights to that already. And it doesn't mean anything, Ronbo, because look, I'm right here at the park with my son, conditioning him. I'm still in his life. I'm very active with him. So it's not impossible. He just has to man up and realize for what it is and be a father to his kids.
Yeah.
So either way, Ronbo, you know, unless he has good lawyers on his side where they could clear all the charges, the minimum thing that he's looking at is those 3 years of probation and 52 classes of anger management.
Yeah. That's over a year's
But I'm
worth
just,
of classes. Yeah.
You know, I don't mean to bring my personal experiences up in here, Ronbo, on, you know, the Niner show, but, you know, everyone calm down. We don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I've been a victim of all those false accusations, and we can't judge him. He's a great dude, man, but yeah, he loses it.
Yeah.
You know, it all comes with what his profession is. You know, he's short-tempered just as I am, man. I can fucking flip a switch so quick, man, and later on be like, fuck, you know.
What did I do, right?
Man.
Yeah.
And now I've been out of jail for, 8 years now, Ronbo. I haven't set a foot in there now, and I changed my whole life around, man.
Good, fam. Now, you know what? Okay,
Another thing, though, before I go, is I love how, now I really love Richard Sherman, man, because he was in the courtroom with them.
Yeah, you know, a real teammate, man. That was great. Because no families here, you know. All right, Niner Inc. Appreciate you, fam. You go ahead and work with that little guy, man. Make sure he grows up straight and cool. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right,
999ers.
Yeah. All right, fam. Hey, and Vader.
Up, Ronbo, what's happening, man?
Oh, Vader, you know, man, our all-pro is in all kinds of trouble. But you know what? Just hearing these last two conversations, I realize that there's been no conviction yet. So, you know, I just hate to think that, I mean, how do you make up these things? So when, you know, if he's at the hospital and got an eardrum broke, who did that then? Anyway, I don't know what.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, it looks bad. But the only thing that was kind of, after I read everything and kind of seen all the reports come out and kind of had an opportunity to hear what, you know, the Niners were thinking about doing, it's just funny that they didn't cut him.
Yeah.
Because I know that after it transpired, he went and talked to Jed York and everybody else the day after. So whatever he said, and then this report comes out, you know, they still didn't cut him. And then again, like Niner Inc. was talking about that they you know, Richard Sherman was there, Tart was there, supporting him. Again, I don't, you know, if he did it, you know, he deserves a punishment, man. You don't put your hands on a woman, dude. I run. And that's what I do, because I ain't going to jail for no broad. No way. So,
Tell you know, especially in those circumstances, my God, just back off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you know, you got to take everything into consideration. Number one, it was on a Sunday. It was a Sunday morning when it transpired. I think, you know, this is just my thoughts. This is my personal thoughts. Maybe he was partying. He went out, comes home, and gets yelled at, and they get into it. Now, what transpired between that and him getting arrested, you know, whatever the DA has on him, it is what it is. But the other thing, too, is his lawyer didn't even put in a plea either. They're going to wait until the end of the month.
Yeah.
And then a reporter,
right?
And then there was exactly. And then for Sherman's a very educated dude. You know I don't like him. I hate the motherfucker.
I know.
You know I do.
You've made that clear.
But when it comes to him and his personality and the way he carries himself, he's a very educated dude. If this dude pounded on this girl the way they're stating, and if he did, I don't think Richard would be part of that. And if he did, maybe he's there as moral support to get him on the straight and narrow.
Yeah.
You know, who knows?
Well,
but
you know, he works out.
It's just there was no. Well, go ahead.
No, I say because
go ahead.
I mean, he knows him now because I think Ruben works out every day at the facility, and Sherman's up there, so they probably know each other, and they may have had a discussion. I mean, Sherman went over and said, "Hey, listen there, brother, level with me, man. Tell me the truth. What happened?" And you know, between you and I, right? That type of conversation. And maybe Sherm knows all those charges may not be accurate.
Who knows? And another thing too is, going off of what you just stated right now, is that was pretty much when he left that building after that meeting that he had with the Niners. That was the term. You're going to be in the weight room. You're going to come work out. And you're going to go home. So I know they had some kind of chaperone set up since that transpired, because that was already strike 2 with the marijuana and then this. So we gotta kind of sit back and see what happens. But again, if it did happen to him, my heart goes out to his wife or his girlfriend and their family and what she's going through, because that's not right what he did if he ended up doing it. And it breaks my heart, man, because the kid's got so much fucking talent. He's making my GM look bad on his first go around, when he looked so good on the transactions that he did during the draft. and everybody's out. I was hearing stories, they should cut him. How come they haven't cut him?
No,
but hey, you know what? We need to pump the brakes a little bit. We need to figure out what transpired.
Yeah, they do.
Right, and then they're trying to drag my damn GM through the mud, and it's pissing me off, man.
Yeah, that had to follow. Vader, we got to stop though.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what.
I will see you tomorrow. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, brother.
All right.
Let me go. I'm ready to go. Radio, Ronbo Sports. Shout out to the tag team champs, the TNT. Trez and Trey. You have a good one, brother.
You too, Vader. Appreciate you, fam. And hey, go hard. Come on in, man.
What's up, Ronbo, man? What's up, man?
I'm telling you, man, it's a dismal time, man. It always go on. I don't know what we got to do, man. Our best players. See, these guys, I mean, you look at them, these guys are going to be making history. And then there's just one flaw. Mentally, they're not quite right. And maybe like everybody believes, and I'm hoping I'm getting on that wagon too. Maybe he didn't do none of some of these things. Maybe they can reduce the charge. At any rate, Goodell is going nuts right now. He cannot wait to get busy on what he's going to do about this. Damn it. This is man. But your thoughts?
Right. What you like? I'm right there with you, man. I don't want to believe her, you know what I'm saying? But, man, after reading that report, man, my wife, right? My wife's like, I'm sorry, but no matter what happens, I can't get dude's jersey. And I'm like, babe, but you know what I'm saying? You know how it is when you get a little bit of money, and you know how these females be. I mean, she's like, yeah, but, the ear or whatever had happened, there was, I guess, physical evidence of, you know what I'm saying, some harm done. And I'm just like, you got to run to the street and wave somebody down to come help. I'm like, damn, bro.
That's something. How do you make that kind of stuff up?
Why didn't you smoke that morning? Like, exactly. And it's kind of like, man, Ruben, I wish you would have smoked that morning. You know what I'm saying?
I know, right?
To kick back a little bit. I think it was
a little keyed up.
I was talking about it, or Saturday turned up, Sunday morning. Nobody want to deal with that shit, man. But man, you know what? Like a lot of reports I've been reading too, they've been saying, well, for the most part, it seemed like the organization already knew these allegations, and I might be crazy, but I don't see them cutting him. I don't see him playing more than 4 games probably this season, but I don't see them cutting him. But I do think they're going to have that plan B going to the draft. But I just don't.
They have to.
Yeah,
I mean, you know how organizations are they're gonna band together. They're gonna run women's organizations, and I don't have anything against women's organizations. If you're watching, ladies, I know that they're gonna get pressure. Those organizations to come out, they're gonna be sympathetic toward the lady, whether these allegations are true or not. Reuben Foster will be considered a huge villain in the community. They cannot allow the 49ers to just sit there and ignore that and let him play football, because there are things that are larger than football. So I'm really concerned about this. Oh.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point right there too. They're going to be breathing down the organization's neck. Whatever happens if he's, surrounded or whatever, man, they're definitely going to bring a lot of pressure on the 49ers organization. I don't want to talk too much about it, and I just want to run through my 4th round in a minute. Is that cool, Ronbo?
Yeah, because we got 1 minute left. All right, go ahead real quick.
Okay. Okay, 4th round, Christian Campbell, another Penn State. You guys are going to see a trait with me. Another Penn State player, 6'1", 195-pound cornerback. All
Yeah.
Big Ten honorable, all conference honorable. Led his team with 12 pass breakups. Ranked 7th on the team with 41 tackles. He's a real. He gets in there in the tackling game, man. He puts his head in there.
I don't need that, too.
Had at least one pass breakup. Yeah. Had at least one pass breakup in 7 straight games, from the Rose Bowl to the Northwestern. Okay, dude's strengths, man. He eliminates crossing routes. He eliminates them slants. He knows how to use his body. He's got long arms, just like we look for in these cornerbacks. He's the prototypical size and height. You know what I mean? Some of his weaknesses, he needs to get better with his strength. He needs to get better on his acceleration from transitioning in space. And he had a lot of pass interference calls on deep balls that he needs to work on. So I got him in the 4th round. Hopefully, Sherman's, somewhat cool to ride out this year. And hopefully next season, we can kind of see him, jumping into the lineup. You know what I mean? But if anything was to happen, I think he's a good dude to jump right in and fill these guys' shoes for the time being that they miss. But man, I try to run through that as quick as I can, Ronbo. But
hey, you did a good job, too. All right, go on. Talk to you tomorrow, fam.
All right.
All right.
Yes, sir. Everybody have a good one, man.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to that's Stereo.
What up?
Stereo, what's up, man?
How you doing?
Oh, awful, man. I don't need the district attorney and all these legal people getting involved with my football team. You know what I mean, fam? I mean, this is things we're supposed to be getting ready and excited about the first week of the season and OTAs, and we're talking about this. Whoa, no. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
It's terrible. It's terrible news. Well, I don't understand the assault weapons charge, but whatever. You guys.
Yeah,
got your thing going in
he's got that at
California.
home.
We carry shit like that around here all the time. We just carry that. It's like our cigarettes or cell phones. So.
Nah, yeah, where are you at, man? Fam? Are you in Utah?
Yeah, I'm in Provo, Utah.
Yeah, Cali. Yeah, Cali's got serious laws about that, but yet we have more mass murderings here than any place in the nation. So I don't understand why bother. I mean, find another way, but that's not. Ruben came from Alabama with that, and he just should have had it registered or something. I think that's the biggest thing on it, and maybe uncustomize it or whatever you could do to get it legal. But good Lord, he's done everything he could do to get in trouble.
So, I just. Fuck, they loaded him up with 3 felonies. It's like, it's what you think. You think if it was bullshit, they would give him lesser charges and just try to get him to plead or something with that. But if it's if it's felony charges and they got pretty good evidence, it's like, they know they can hold his feet to the fire and you know what I mean? Does that not sound right? And they got their ducks in a row. They waited. I've been through shit like this. So not like that. I'd never fucking.
But something similar. But like you're saying though, you just throw a bunch of charges in there, hardcore charges, and one of them's gonna stick. One of them's gonna stick.
Well, you got less leeway to plead down, so you're looking at 3 felonies instead of maybe 1 felony and some misdemeanors, so you can have the felony reduced or. So it's like you got to go to trial or you're going to get stuck with at least 1 or 2 felonies, I would imagine. Doesn't that sound right?
Yeah. And which is the worst of the 3? I would figure the actual physical contact with he and the lady, because him destroying the phone, that could probably be reduced. Just Ruben, pay her get her another phone. And also the weed charge, I'm sure that's not going to be anything very serious.
Yeah, he's looking at felony. I'd fucking take a weed charge any day over. Yeah, the gun, as long as the gun's not federal, there's no drugs involved, and I don't think it could be construed as a federal enhancement or anything like that, because no drugs or anything. In this event, there was no drugs involved. So
right,
and he's not restricted. He's going to be restricted now. So, the domestic violence, that's you can't possess a firearm after that. If he takes that charge, he's going to be, you can't have guns. You can't mess around. Then it will be a federal
serious
charge. But, I don't think there's any just probably I don't know what the gun laws are in California. I think the domestic, like the assault, that's going to linger, and like I said, that will get you so you can't own firearms, and you just cause a lot of problems for yourself when you do shit like that. But everything else, what was he broke the phone, like just like preventing someone from calling the cops.
Exactly. She's trying to call the police. Ruben destroys the phone. So now she's out on the road trying to flag people down. The DA is that, I guess they're reading his charges and they're getting all pissed off. I get worried that they take these things personally. They go, we're going to nail this guy at the cross. I don't know if they have a witness. If they had a witness of the person that the car was, if she got a license plate or something like that, if that person comes in and testifies and said, yes, she did, Ruben's dead meat.
But no one, like the other guy was saying, no one else seen it, or I don't know if there's other witnesses involved. So
whatever car she flagged down, if she got the license plate and they can contact that person, and they come in and say, yes, she did. That's the same lady that flagged me down. Then we're talking serious trouble.
But he didn't see the actual events. It's not her coming to the car. That has nothing to do with it. She may have told him, but if he didn't see it, then it's just hearsay, and it's going to be between those two, and
then it drops right there. Stereo, we got to stop here though. Let me see you tomorrow if you get a chance, huh?
Sounds good. Have a good evening.
You too, fam.
Late.
Yeah, that's it. And let's go to it's Fox. Come on in, Fox.
Ronbo, good to be back with you. Not under these circumstances, though.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be nicer if we were partying up a victory?
Absolutely. There's just no good that comes from this.
True.
It's a huge problem, not just for us, but for his career and his life. I mean, now you could say, okay, in 10 years we could look back and say, oh, he grew from that, and hopefully that is what we say. But from right now, there's just nothing. You don't need me to sit here and tell you there's no good that comes from this. This is just. I'm glad up to this point. I'm glad the Niners played a wait and see type of game because we didn't know what was out there, right?
True.
But if even half of these accusations turn out to be true, there's some serious jeopardy for his career. And listen, pictures are going to have to come out, and so that will play a role in all of this. And if it's bad enough, the 49ers might have to cut ties because, Ronbo, these are not softball charges.
No.
I was struck by the primary one. It literally says domestic violence with intent to cause serious bodily harm. That is not softball stuff. That is a very high threshold for you, Ronbo. Very high threshold. You cannot, as a prosecutor, say, I'm just going to throw the whole book at this guy and whatever sticks. That's not how it works.
I hope not.
This indicates that there's a very solid case here, Ronbo. Unfortunately, and this by itself could land him in prison. So real quick, I don't want to get too much into the weeds, but there's a thing in California, a wobbler felony, which means that it could be reduced to a misdemeanor. And if it was by itself, and if Ruben was like, listen, I'll do whatever classes I have, they might work with him on that. They might say, you know what, technically this felony can be reduced to a misdemeanor. We're going to work with you. But there's other stuff involved. And then there's the felony for trying to prevent his victim from reporting a crime, which is also a serious a serious felony to tack on. That could tack on a few years to a sentence.
Ooh.
And the weapon charges are interesting because the 5.16 SIG rifle is not technically listed by the California Department of Justice as a banned gun.
Really?
It's essentially a better version of an AR-15, which is just a civilian. All that is. That's where the trouble is, Ronbo. That's where the trouble is. And if this 5.16 SIG has any illegal modifications, that's where the trouble is, though. I do not, to the best of my knowledge, a 5.16, and I'm not an expert, but a 5.16 SIG rifle in and of itself is not illegal in the state of California. But
there may have been modifications. I think
the modifications are what get you in trouble.
He may have a bump on that. I'm not sure. I thought I remembered something like that. Here, Fox, here's the thing, though.
The bullet buttons are illegal. You can't have those.
Oh, yeah, but here's the thing. She counted how many times he hit her. I mean, there's no witness. How did they came up with that number of 10 times?
How do they have the number?
Or did the hospital release that she was struck 10 times? That's the part that's kind of foggy to me.
That's what we need to see, and like I said, a picture can, but the cliche is a picture can speak 1,000 words, and we'll see what happens. I mean, one bruise is enough, Ronbo. One black eye is enough.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't take 10 shots, but the ruptured eardrum is already a thing. But Fox, we're gonna have to go. We got a lot of folks, and we're trying to get them all in. So let's continue tomorrow, okay?
Yep, I'll be back, Ronbo.
All right, good looking for you, Fox. Thanks, man. Hey, Kenny.
What's up, Ronbo?
Oh, Kenny, all kinds. Ask me what's down. Oh, man. We got trouble.
Hey, you know what? My team comes first above any one player. And I just want to do something real quick. I want to paint a picture from the past. And you know what? We're dealing with it today still. And it's called biggest need this year, and it's called pass rush. You know what? The last time we had a good pass rush was with Aldon Smith. And you know what? We sat and waited and waited and waited for that man to get his shit together. And he never did. Therefore, we never addressed that position because he was so good. And we waited and waited, and we're still dealing with that today.
6 years later.
Our biggest need in this draft is pass rush because of something that happened. I mean, it's not all 100% on him, but it has a lot to do with Aldon Smith and how long we waited for him to get his shit together. And we didn't address that position because he was still on the team. Therefore, in my opinion, I'm on the fence with it. You know, I'm going to wait until the evidence comes out or whatever. But that is what happens when you sit and you wait on people who don't care. People who aren't.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
And if we sit and wait on this guy and he turns out to be a bust or another Aldon Smith, then we're going to have to deal with this linebacker position for years to come. Malcolm Smith, we're not sure if he's going to come back healthy. We're not sure about anything right now. All we know is that Reuben Foster being gone creates a huge hole in our linebacking core.
Well, I tell you what, Kenny, I'm convinced the 49ers are not going to wait on this. There will be a linebacker, and you know what? This shifts whatever the strategy was. I got a feeling if they were thinking linebacker versus DE, it's LB in the first round.
Yeah. Yep. We might be able to, hopefully, Buffalo Bills can trade back with us, and we can get number 12 pick and get some extra picks out of this.
Yeah.
Still get a good linebacker, but I mean, this changes our whole draft.
Yeah, I got a feeling they're going to want. They may not trade back. See where they may have traded back before. They're probably going to stay at 9. They're going to want the 2 premier picks in this draft, as far as linebackers go, are probably Edmonds and Smith.
Yeah,
one of them's going to be available
now.
Yeah,
it has to be that now because of the situation we're in.
Yeah. See, you.
I mean, like I said when I started out, my team, the 49ers, comes above any one player because I'm a 49ers fan.
First.
And when you say 49ers, that means the whole damn team and the city it represents. So.
Just didn't think we'd be in this. You never anticipate these things. Who would have thought, as hard as it was and excited and happy we were, we got Ruben Foster. He comes in, he does a great job, he gets hurt, but he still does a great job when he's out there. And then we get an offseason full of nothing but PD trouble.
Exactly.
Okay. Anyway, Kenny, I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Yep. Go Niners.
Yeah. Have a good night, Kenny. And Kenny brings up another scary point. As long as you continue to just take these guys in and start playing the role of We're gonna work him through this. Then we end up getting worked. I see it. We I don't know what we're gonna do next, but I am concerned. And remember also, to just get your attention, if you've thought about it, remember the situation that Rupert brought up. Who's gonna take responsibility? Are they going to pass any responsibility on this? Hey, Mike.
Ronbo.
Oh, Mike. Your thoughts on our tragedy here? And I say tragedy. I know it's not been completely decided yet, but this is awful. Just awful.
Well, my thoughts on it are we're not looking good, like some of the other callers said here. You look at the things that they're coming out with, the busted eardrum, and they said 8 to 10 times on how many times he hit her in the head. So it wasn't exactly 10. They said between 8 and 10, and then, you know, you look at the charges. Oh, man, yeah, exactly. But, I mean, I'm, you know, let's see what happens with this. But it's not looking good. And if this went down the way they're alleging it went down, man, this guy's got no place in the NFL, period.
Yeah.
And he needs to be behind bars, man. That's brutal. But this changes everything. I mean, my whole Harold Landry train was cruising, man. I was cruising right along on that. Now I got to put the brakes on for a minute.
Yep.
You know.
We got a need.
When we look at these linebackers, I'm telling you right now, it's not Roquan Smith for the middle. It's got to be Tremaine Edmonds if we're talking about the middle linebacker spot, because he's way more physical than Roquan. Roquan would be a great will linebacker. He'd be great for coverage and things like that, running side to side. But the middle guy, the guy that's got to shed the blocks and be physical, that's Tremont Edmonds.
I agree.
That's what he can do. So he you know, I heard him talking about him comparing Roquan to Patrick Willis, and looking at the videos and all the different breakdowns on these guys. Tremaine Edmonds actually kind of looked a little bit like Patrick Willis, the way he's physical like that. He diagnoses pretty quickly, and he gets in there, and I like the way he plays.
Yeah,
I do.
You saw that clip I saw yesterday.
This whole Reuben thing is it's a bummer, man. It's a bummer.
We gotta. We gotta wait another month for another. I think April 30th is the next trial date. He's got to go back to Alabama. He's got a May 30th date there. Ruben's gonna be an institutional dude for like a long time here. I don't. Is he gonna be able to train? I mean, Goodell's gonna go wild. Ruben. What did somebody just say? Ruben might get to play 4 games this year if we're lucky.
Wow. I mean, yeah, I'm not even sure. I mean, it's just, it's a big time distraction right now. You're trying to get ready for your draft. You got your board set. You're looking at everything. You're breaking that down, and now you got this in your face, you know? It's a big time distraction, and it's cool that Sherman and Jaquaski Tart went there and supported him, but they're his teammates, man, and that doesn't mean he's not guilty of the charges. I mean, that just means they're good teammates, they're leaders, and they're supporting their teammates. So
that's a good thing. It really was, and Ruben needed to see some familiar faces in there. I feel sorry for him because I think the rage took over, and we've all had those moments. So we didn't go to that extreme, but you've had those moments when you were completely out of control. I've had them. I didn't hurt anybody, but I've had them. But yeah, there's nothing to. Mike, let me see them.
I mean, all right, Ronbo. I just want to make one last point. I mean, there's a lot of rage in this game. Football's a violent game, and usually when a player is violent, he's usually a better football player because of that. That's That's a big part of the game. But I mean, you got to look at this, man. I mean, what this guy, if he did what they're saying he did, you got to look at that and just go, you know, Frank Gore has rage in him, Patrick Willis has rage in him, Justin Smith has rage in him. All these guys got some rage in them, but they don't go off and, I mean, come on, man.
I know. Well, Mike, I'll see you tomorrow, and there's no way we're going to get any good news. We'll talk tomorrow and see what's going on, okay?
All right, Ronbo. Appreciate you, man. And
thanks,
shout out to the Empire and the Hit Squad. And have a good one.
You too. Oh, man. And it's 2:09. Kyle. Hello, Kyle.
Ronbo, what's up, baby?
Yeah, man, just sitting here getting a headache. It's getting, it's so funny because my temples are starting to throb. I can't believe it. Kyle, we were getting ready to go in and make the playoffs. We're going to make a statement. We got Reuben Foster in tow. He's making great plays on defense. Jimmy G's out there going wild. And all of a sudden, the machine is rolling. Somebody takes and throws a wrench in it. Bang, boom, boom, boom.
Oh.
Go, man.
You know what, Ronbo? Here's my thing. When Ruben was out last year when he was injured, who stepped up for him? Good old, what's his name? Brock Coyle.
You're talking about Brock Coyle.
You know what? And he didn't do bad. We've got the extra people to be back there. But, he was a valuable asset to the team.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know the whole story about what he had done to that assault weapon charge, whatever. But I live in California, and I know, and I'm a pretty big gun I don't even know the word, sorry. I like guns.
Okay.
Well, from what I understand, if he had anything like a 20, it's 10 bullets or more in a clip,
yeah,
it's illegal.
I know.
Well, all they do is take it away. They take away your magazine. They can take away the gun. And you basically get a slap on the wrist for, a couple of years from what I've read. And then after that, you can buy guns again. No big deal. It's kind of to a business.
Well, here's the thing, though. That gun was transported from Alabama. You're being a gun person. Do you know if you could just come in, register it with the local folks, and that'd be enough? Why? This is the thing. I think it was just an unregistered weapon. You're not to cross boundaries with weapons, right? You're supposed to come in and tell people you got it.
It just depends on how you transport them. I mean, obviously, if you get caught transporting ammo inside the gun when you're transporting it, you're going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
But the thing is from what I'm getting out of this whole situation, it wasn't registered in California yet.
You're right.
And all you have to do, honestly, you go down to the gun shop, say I want to register it. You bring it in a case, and boom, you're done.
See?
You just fill out the paperwork. That's it.
And that's Kyle. Why didn't Ruben has lawyers and legal people around him? He didn't know. This is the thing.
Ruben, what?
Oh man.
He's a young kid, got all this money. His head obviously wasn't on straight. I love the guy. He was my favorite person they got in the draft last year. But like the guy before me said, Alden Smith went down the same road, and look what happened.
I know.
So
the road got more crooked.
It happens. Some people just can't handle the pressure. But you know what, Ronbo? Here's my thing. My draft crush this year, all out, is Harold Landry.
Yeah, I know.
We've got backups for the linebackers, but that pass rush is key.
I agree.
Who was the last person we had for a pass rusher that was any good?
Well, we just talked about him, Alden Trouble. Yeah.
Alden Smith.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. Other side of the line, you got
Aaron Lynch.
What's his name? Phone kid. I was thinking of Buckner.
Oh, yeah. I thought you about defensive ends, yeah, or outside linebackers.
Yeah, on one side, but you get somebody on the other side, and I think we're going to be okay, honestly.
Yeah.
I got some faith in it.
You're right. We got to get pressure on the edge so those quarterbacks can step up and not step back. As soon as that happens, now DeForest Buckner, as well as Solomon Thomas, become extremely effective. Well, see, these are things we got to, okay. This is really a problem. See what I'm saying? We could have focused on that and got Tremaine Edmonds or whatever, but later, or not Tremaine Edmonds, we could have went another direction. Could have went for a Harold Landry. You could have went for a Davenport. You can't do it now. Let's see how they address this. I don't know. Kyle, we're going to go.
I don't know, man.
We got to go, Kyle. I tell you what, get on back in here tomorrow, okay? See what happens.
All right, buddy.
All right, fam.
All right, much love, faithful.
Yeah. Have a good night, Kyle.
You too, brother.
Thanks. Hey, it's Brian Lee. Brian, come on in, man.
Yo, Ronbo, what's good?
Ain't nothing good today, Brian. That's the only way I can answer that question, fam. Normally it's all good. It's all bad, Brian. Man, my boy is in trouble.
I mean, God bless. I just hope, everything, work out for the best for Ruben. You know what I'm saying? And the family. I mean, the baby mom and the family. Like, I mean, like, this shit crazy, Ronbo.
I believe it too, man. It is completely crazy. I think he lost his mind for a minute. A few minutes.
Right. I mean, I just hope that, you know, I mean, everything, I mean, work out for the best. Like, I mean, like, I hope that he can play, I mean, for this season. Like, you know what I'm saying? And, like, I mean, like, we got to move forward. Like, I mean, but I hope he can play, though. Like, you know what I'm
We
saying?
are. Yeah. Oh, but you know what, Brian? The other thing is, can you really excuse, if they find out this is true, can you really look and watch Ruben play? It says something about us if we don't care. Just let him play. I would feel bad about me not caring anything more about that lady. You can't beat women like that, Brian. Damn, Ruben.
I mean, like, Ronbo, like, I mean, like I don't agree with it neither. Like, I'm saying, and I know, you know, like stuff happens. I mean, it's definitely not right, but only God know, only Ruben baby mom know, and Ruben.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, like, I mean, hope that, you know, like, I mean, like they learn from their lesson. You see what I'm saying? Cause they
I can forgive. I can forgive him. Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, they do got a child together, so
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, they both got to pull it together. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it could be. And you know, Brian, because I've heard of relationships like this where the woman every now and then, Ruben may be laying up there asleep, but she may have knocked the bejesus out of him a few times too. I mean, some of these relationships like this, people don't know. It may have been that they beat each other like that all the time. It may be normal. That's why Ruben was acting as usual. You know, but that's insane, and no court wants to hear that. So, you know, man.
Right, because you know, with the court system, I mean, they don't give a fuck.
I know.
Like, I mean, like, you can't even breathe there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, they go like, what? You did what? Like, that shit crazy.
Yes.
I know that, like, I mean, like, only God knows, and, like, I mean, like, I hope it work out, I mean, for both of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? And,
I do,
like,
too.
I mean, my fault, Ronbo.
No, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Like, I mean, because I know, like, throughout every family, or, I mean, like, I know if somebody in both of their ears, like, you know what I'm saying, like, look, like, you know what I'm saying, like, I mean, like, that's not love. You see what I'm saying? Like, when the fist fighting and the domestic, I mean, that start happening, that shit not love. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's time to separate, right? I hear you, fam.
Like,
Brian, we got to stop. Brian, I'm gonna tell you what, man. I always miss you, man. Don't be taking so long to get back. I'll be back tomorrow looking for you. Okay.
I mean, Ronbo, like, I mean, like, I'll be working though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I know. When you get time.
All right. I mean, salute to the Niners Nation.
Brian, Niner Empire.
I mean, Niners. You know what I'm saying? You know. I'm out.
All right, Brian.
All right, boss.
Yeah. All right, fam. Normally with Brian calls, I just laugh my butt off. Today ain't nothing. It's hard for laughing today, man. God, I can't believe we're sitting here going through this. Hey, Lee.
Lee's
always got the sounds on.
What up, Ronbo?
Lee, as every time I ask me, ain't nothing up. It's all down today, man. It's a situation I really wish would go on, but you know what? We got to deal with this for the next few weeks to find out what direction we're going to take. But Lee, you know what's going to be really funny? Just to show you how we think, and let's see if you agree with me or not. But what if on draft night, the 49ers with the number 9 pick select Tremaine Edmonds? or whoever your favorite linebacker is.
Niners.
Oh, man. All of a sudden, 49er fans said, yeah!
Oh, boy.
You know, we won't even mind anymore because everybody seen that clip. You know, everybody seen that clip of Tremaine yesterday. The dude is a beast, man. He was brushing through tackles, throwing dudes to the side, making plays. And the only thing I could think about when I was watching him, man, him and Ruben would be great together. Now it's going to be him and whomever would be great together. I mean, you know, gosh. What are you thinking?
Nah, it's all good, Ronbo. I'm not even too worried about it. You know, some of us were hoping he didn't get charged and stuff, but like, you know, some of us thought, you know, he'd get a suspension and we'd need to plan without him anyway. At the moment, you can't jump to conclusions like it's allegations, you know.
True.
Until he gets convicted of anything, we don't know what's going to happen. But I think we need to start planning ahead anyway, because even if he does beat his charges, we're going to probably not see him this season. So
yeah,
I think we need to look towards the draft and look who we can get. We could go, you know, Tremaine, my boy, or we could go, you know, Roquan, or even make a trade. I think the trade back scenario would actually help us more because if we trade with someone like the Bills, if there's that top 4 quarterback like Allen or someone left, we could get, you know, they got 2 firsts, Rombo, or we could get a first and a second, and that way we can get a linebacker and an edge. You know, we could still fill 2 positions.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be good heading into the draft. I'm not too worried.
Yeah, maybe we'll have something to smile
what do you
about.
Think?
I'm thinking that you're right. After the draft, maybe we'll be all smiles again. Because right now, that pain, that feeling right in the middle of your gut, I hate that. And I don't want that. And the 49ers, if we have to go into the season with all these expectations and we lose one of our key players, and defense is very important, make no mistake. You got to have the guys that can hold it down. Ruben was going to be one of those guys. This year, I expected him to be better than he was last year. And last year, he was damn good. So this year, I expected a complete beast out there, controlling and patrolling like nobody else in the NFL. But no. We got to have this situation. Jesus. Dang it.
It would have been great to have him this season, Rombo, but you know, there's a lot of good talent in this draft, and we can make some moves. You know, I'm pretty sure John can work his magic, and if we do trade back, you know, we could, you know, it could be the Patriots. There's a lot of teams that might move up, the Cardinals, the Bills, and we can actually get a lot of talent. The only thing is if we do take the linebacker at 9, Razor was saying, like even the Nighthawk chat, Rombo was saying, you know, if we get Tremaine or Roquan, then our team's not getting any better because we've lost someone, you know, probably just as valuable.
Replaced, right, exactly.
And that's why I think it's so important, if we can pick up some extra picks and maybe make the trade back.
Yeah, well, it's sound logic. I don't argue with that. I just want this fixed in whatever way it takes to do it. So.
Even if it's Vita Vea and Rashaan Evans,
I'm a huge Vita Vea fan. You get him, I'll be all smiles draft night.
Really, Rashaan can take Foster's spot, Vita.
Yeah.
So many moves we can make. We're going to be all good, Rombo.
Yeah. Well, I did one, Lee. Appreciate you calling me. I'm going to look for you tomorrow, okay?
Yeah, all good, Rombo. Shout out to the 90 Empire and his squad.
All right. Lee, down in the land down under. And it's hey, James. Hello, James.
Yo.
Hey, James. How are you tonight?
How you doing, Ronbo?
Oh, I'm trying to hold on.
I'm just
You're kind of speechless.
Like I just want to go. I feel like I want to go lay down and put the pillow over my head and close the door.
But
you know what? There's a silver lining to it all, and I really do. I'm really wondering about all these charges because the funny thing about it, the DA didn't present these charges in the very beginning while they were trying to put the case together, as they say. Now, there's 2 things that I know that have taken place in that organization. I understand the caller said about we waited around for Alden Smith, and Alden continued to get in trouble as much as we tried to still help him, and Jed York had his back. Now, for some reason, 2 years ago, Ray McDonald caught a domestic violence charge on the weekend. Beat up his pregnant girlfriend at a party. Kicked her all down the staircase or whatever. He was released that Monday after he got out of jail.
Yeah.
The 49ers released him when they found out the news. They released him. Now,
but not Ahmad Brooks, who was also privy to that little campaign. Remember Brooks, the lady alleged said he came down by the pool and molested her.
Brooks was there at the party also, but Brooks didn't get charged. Ray McDonald got charged.
Well, they did. Ahmad was up on charges later, but they never stuck. Ahmad played the whole season.
But they never stuck. And this is the thing. They released Ray McDonald. He went to the Bears, and he still beat the charges. Now, Tremaine Brock, when John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan took over that regime, and they became the coach and GM, when the story broke about Tremaine Brock, they didn't hesitate. It happened on a Saturday night. Brock was gone that Tuesday.
On Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
That whenever he posted bail and the Niners knew about it and it broke over social media, they were gone. But for some reason, with this multitude of charges that Ruben is charged with, they're still holding on to him. Because if you ask me, those are some trumped-up charges I'm led to believe. Let me say these two things. Number one, that situation about holding her against her will where she couldn't report anything, okay, he snatched her cell phone that he probably paid for and threw it out in the highway or upside the curtain rod or whatever and phone shattered. Okay, now, does that really constitute you holding somebody from letting them be able to call the police? No, it doesn't. Now, if he did drag her out of the apartment telling her he wanted her out of his life, this is what I don't understand. How can someone say, well, he must have punched her 8 or 9 times because her eardrum is shattered? First of all, there's two sides to every story. And I'm telling you right now, she better get it right. Because if she gets caught lying right about now, let me tell you something. Jed York alone will bury this woman if she's lying. And to me, when it took the DA that amount of time to come up with some charges, when you talk to Nick Saban didn't have one thing bad to say about Ruben, okay, for his time that he was at Alabama. Nick Saban said he should have realized what he was up against going to the combine with that diluted sample. But he never said anything bad about Ruben. John Lynch actually called Nick Saban to speak to find out about Ruben. Now, at the end of the day, he doesn't have a history of this. I'm not saying he didn't do it, because if he did, it really looks bad, because I've got nieces and I've got sisters, and I know I wouldn't want nobody doing that to him. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, this woman, this is what I come to notice. That domestic violence charge, Ruben gets convicted. That's the end of her money, because if she sends him to jail for some reason, he doesn't have to. He really doesn't have to support her at all. Yeah. Because she is the one who got him in trouble by convicting him. So a judge will say, well, he doesn't really. He could support his child to a certain degree, and that's really got to be a minimum amount of money because you took his career from him. You really did.
Yeah, I agree. James, we're going to have to stop there, though. I doubt we're going to stop talking about this for days, so I'm going to see you tomorrow, okay? And excellent points.
And one more thing I want to say before you go, too, and this is it. That situation with the magazine clip, bro, that's a misdemeanor if people pay attention to the way they're wording it. They're saying the weapons charge is considered now down to a misdemeanor. Let's not forget the attempted robbery with him and Ray Armstrong downtown one night on a Saturday. Okay, gun rolled up, somebody was getting ready to jack him. Okay, and I don't think it was for no car. Love what you're doing, Ronbo. Nana Empire, just hold on. This is all going to work itself out. We still going to pick Jermaine Edmonds and probably another linebacker in the draft as well. Don't get one. There's so many good ones in this draft. Get two. Nana Empire. Love what you do, Ronbo. God bless.
Thanks, fam. Have a good night. And the Niner you love to hate. Come on in, fam.
Ronbo, what's up?
Is that your intro, man? You know everybody's got an intro now.
Yeah, I already played it once, but this was definitely my intro for the day.
Boy, I tell you, fam, we got some nasty luck. I'm only other team, even the Bengals with Pac-Man and that other damn fool Burford, man. They don't even go through all this. We get players that just can't stand. At least Burford and Pac-Man, they do all their nonsense on the field. Our guys wait till they get off the field. I can't understand.
I don't know what's going on with the Niner Empire, Ronbo, and all these players with these screwed up heads. I don't get it, man. I guess they get a little bit of money in, they feel invincible.
Yes.
But at the same time, they're not perfect. They're not above us. They just have more money than us, and we all make mistakes. I can say from past experience 2 years ago that my baby's mom did lie on me, and I had to go to court. It wasn't for a DV, but I did have a temporary no-contact order. She tried to keep me away from my daughter, and she lied in court. And I had a chance to respond and write the judge, and we went back to court a second time, and the judge threw it out because there was no possible cause for her to keep me away from my daughter, and she seen that my baby's mom was lying. So, and I'm not saying that he didn't do it, because these charges are pretty serious, and they are just allegations. And how they come up with 8 to 10 times is during the course of the investigation, when the police come out, they'll she'll probably say, "Oh, he hit me," and whatever, and they'll ask her, "Well, where did he hit you, and how many times do you think he hit you?" And that's when she go, 6, 7, 8. Maybe 10 times. I don't know. I can't remember.
So it's just an estimate. It's just an estimate. Because I was thinking, if they went to the hospital and they can show trauma of maybe 8 or 9 strikes or whatever it was that they could verify, I'm worried about them going down to the hospital and looking at their examination records. And if I'm saying they find this person she flagged down on the road, I say, that's people sitting in the courtroom and they're saying this happened and this, and the person in the car says, "Yes, I do recognize that woman." That's, they really trying to hang Ruben. Dang. So
what looks really bad is that they're saying that she had a ruptured eardrum.
Oh.
Now that strike
serious.
He slapped her in the face, or he slapped her on the side of the head.
Because that's all it takes.
Or backhanded her or something, like, "Get out my face." And he probably was trying to get her out the house, as we all have, like, just go, just get out. And I'm not going over there and get out. And he probably, pulled her or did whatever, being a young kid, not knowing the laws and thinking it's quite simple, and it's not. Because just for pulling someone, whether it's a man or, a woman, you can get an assault for that, which
I know. You just gotta put your hands on them. That's all.
Violence. Yeah. You can't even spit on a person. If you spit on someone, they'll give you assault for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fam, we're trying to cut it. We'll cut it a little short today because we got a lot of folks. But I'm gonna tell you what, I'll look for you tomorrow, and I'm hoping what you're saying and others are believing. I'm definitely on that train. We hear stuff about some of the charges have not been fully proven as of yet, and the DA is going to continue, because you know how the DA works. That's their job. They spend all their waking hours trying to get people put in jail. So, it may not work. I just don't want it to be true. So, anyway, fam, I'll look for you tomorrow.
I don't want it to be true either. And let me just give a quick shout out to Fox, Razor, Big Show, Just Mark on the Nighthawk on the Nighthawk Fan Club. So,
have you joined in yet?
I appreciate you guys bringing me in, and I enjoy it. Yeah,
all right.
For the last 3 nights,
cool.
Those guys are pretty funny. I enjoy it.
Non-stop.
Have a good night, Ronbo. See you tomorrow.
You too, fam. All right. And hey, John.
Oh. Hey, what's up, Ronbo? What's going on, brother?
John, we're trying to together as a big group, we're trying to get through this misery and pain and suffering and anxiety. We got a potential all-pro linebacker that found a way to get into trouble, and now, selfishly, we're wondering what we're going to do now. You know, I'm worried about Ruben, but I want to know how about the 49ers? What are we going to do? So what do you think, John?
Hey, I'm telling you, Ronbo, what I think, brother, we should do, man, let Ruben deal with his, let Ruben go ahead and deal with his, demons and whatnot as far as, yeah, man. I mean, you got to be the next man up, brother, because I'm thinking, hey, it look like to me, man, he's going to be in a whole heap of trouble. He's going to make the time. So we can't be sitting around waiting for him. I is not in team, you know what I'm saying? So he don't make the whole team, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking we're going to have to go ahead and next man up. We're going to have to draft smart, make sure we get a decent linebacker because of the Reuben situation. Hell, we could have had Saquon Barkley or something, but now since we're in a dilemma at linebacker, we might have to go ahead and, get another defensive player.
But John, John, I like what you're saying. You know why? Because say we go ahead and get Tremaine Edmonds. He comes in and he just raises hell. And somewhere as we're going, as the 49ers are 6-1, we're sitting there saying, hey, you know what? And let's say the charges get reduced to whatever, and Ruben's out for like 6 weeks. You know what? When Tremaine and Ruben get together, we go into the Super Bowl. I'm trying to think that way to make myself feel better. But, John, you're right. This could work out for the best. Because maybe the 49ers don't get Tremaine in the first round, if not for Ruben. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly, yeah. But, man, but I just, like you said, today was Judgment Day, but as I've been hearing that, it's not always, I guess it's not proven yet that, he's guilty of all charges.
Oh, yeah, the charges just been presented.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they presented today, yeah. So basically, he still have a chance right now. So, we can't really write him off, but it just, I don't know, man. It just kind of
it looks bad.
Puts fear in my heart. It looks bad.
It looks bad. It's like when you're watching them TV shows, right? The TV dramas where the cops got everything. All the evidence is, in the beginning of the story is stacked up against this one person. You're watching that show. Oh, hell yeah, he did it. End of the show, he did not do it. So, maybe we get one of them kind of endings. Oh,
right, God. Exactly, yeah, man. That would be so nice, man. And then we can go ahead and just start getting ready for the season. Maybe he'll straighten up, man, because he could put too much pressure on himself.
Yeah, to behave. Could be.
I mean, right, he want to be attention as far as being a great linebacker, you know what I'm saying? Like Hall of Fame caliber linebacker, but he don't want this kind of attention, you know what I'm saying?
No, please. Yeah, Ruben. And him and this lady, man, they got to stop being together. They can't do it. They don't know how to do it. Stop doing it. Just get privileges to see the lady, the baby, but stay apart, please, y'all. Oh, John, we got to go. I'm going to look for you tomorrow, okay?
All right, Rob, I just want to get one shout out, man. Shout out to the Niner Empire and all to the Niner fans, baby. Don't let everything get you down. We still gonna be on top.
We still gonna be okay. I know it. All right, John. Good stuff, man. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Yes, sir, Rambo. Have a good one.
Yeah. All right, hey, it's John T. What's up, John T? Brick by brick, keep your head up. Where is that? Where is when you need Tupac, man? John T, good to hear from you, man. I talked to you in such a while. I seen you on the comment section the other day. I talked to you there. Okay, so anyway, all right. And thanks, John T. Let's get a Raymond.
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
Oh, I ain't doing all right. I'm doing. Raymond, I quit drinking like any kind of hard liquor or anything years ago. After I lost a month of Sundays one year, I decided, you know what, I ain't seen Sunday day, morning, afternoon in a long time. I'm through with this. So, I mean, this is the kind of thing where you want to grab the bottle and start drinking something. I'm telling you, Raymond, I don't need this, man. We had things falling into place just perfectly.
Yep. Well, you need to go ahead and take that shot, man. Shout out to Heart Foundation, man. Shout out to everybody in the Empire, man. Shout out to everybody in 9. Hey, Ronbo, we in trouble, man. This is crazy, man. He just messed everything up. Hey, and I'm going to tell you this, just in case you don't know, all y'all saying you don't know what happened. Listen, man, that girl got busted eardrum. That ain't happening unless you seen what's that movie? Thin Line Between Love and Hate, when the lady started hitting herself. Yeah, unless she had oranges or something in her hand. I don't care if it was 8 times, 10 times, 5 times, or 1 time. It only takes once. His ass is in trouble, bro. He put his hands on that girl, man. And it's just like that. Now, Richard Sherman and all of them, they came to court with him because he don't have any family in this area. They want to show support for him. Not saying that they know what happened. He's not guilty, did something, right? He did something to that girl. That gun and all of that weed charge and stuff is the least of our worries versus this day and era where they got the Me Too movement. They got all this stuff. These women trying to protect their rights. And they're going to have people protesting the Niners, man. This dude, he just fucked up bad, man. Them charges, he in trouble. He not going to play this year. He's done for this whole year, bro. He going to be out. And the only way he going to play is if he beat these charges. The 49ers is not going to cut him because he's too good of a talent on the football field to cut him and let somebody else pick him up like the Cowboys did or they did with the Raiders when they picking up all the players that even though they got domestic violence charges, still got picked up. We're going to keep our ties with him, but he's done for this year. But with that being said, now we got to move on, man, because Ruben ain't the 49ers. We still a squad. We still got to win the Super Bowl, man. I'm going for the Super Bowl. So what we're going to do now, because of this dude, I don't think I can get Derwin. This opens up the door for us to sign back Eric Reed. Eric Reed already said he want a
1-year contract. He'll play for last year's salary.
So we going to grab him real quick, man. We need to sign Eric Reed. Stop playing with that man. He ain't going to nail no more. We going to sign Eric Reed. Then we going to, that'll help us out right there. We might get Tremaine. I don't know. I think we need to get DJ, what's his name? DJ Calhoun, to get him in the second round. And then go get you guys pass rusher in the first round.
Huh.
Whichever one y'all want to pick, you know.
DJ
Calhoun. That kid, DJ Calhoun, did you check him out, man? He's underrated. I think he's
No,
good,
I ran a clip on him, and he's fast. You know what?
Yeah.
Raymond's funny because you mentioned I want fast. That's what that's what
right.
He was all about. Quick. I need quick in that area. And yeah, DJ Calhoun. I hadn't thought about him.
That's why I wanted Derwin right there because Ruby. I was thinking him next to Ruben protecting the pass. I don't care what y'all saying about these pass rusher stuff. Man, this NFL is not coming to. They throwing the ball every play and they getting the ball out of their hand. It ain't no. They're not trying to drop back there for 5 and 10 seconds. They trying to get you with the quick hits, man. But whatever. Y'all think what y'all want to think until 5 more years and every quarterback averaging 5,000 yards a season. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Ruben is shot, man. You could keep saying that you hope. Bruh, them police waited all this time because they know they got a superstar right here they about to charge. So they want to make sure they cross their I's and dot their T's. They already let O.J. Simpson off the hook.
And set an example. Raymond,
so they want to make sure they did their investigation. Ruben did something, man.
I know, if she wouldn't have had the broke eardrum, you're right. Raymond,
that's the worst part about the whole story. I could deal with the gun, I could deal with the weed, I could deal with throwing the phone, all that. When they say the eardrum busted, bro, what she do? Bang her head against the wall on her own? No, you did that.
Raymond, we got to stop though. I'm gonna look for it tomorrow, and maybe we'll get something new. But I gotta wish anyway.
Still going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Huh?
All right, fam. Have a good night, Raymond.
All right. Peace.
804 is your area code. Hey, Maurice.
Hey, what's up, Big Ronbo?
Oh, Maurice, it ain't no good, man. It's just turned to crap all of a sudden. I was looking for good news today. I was going to DA since we have no charges that we'd actually connect with Mr. Reuben Foster, and he's been exonerated of all charges. But, that was fantasizing. They were going to do anything to just say the gun will be reduced to a misdemeanor. We've already removed the clip, and he will register that gun, and that'll be the end of that. No. Broke eardrum.
Yeah.
I didn't even know anything about a broken. Somebody told me she didn't have any bruises on her. A broke ear. Oh no! You can't have a broke eardrum. Who breaks their own eardrum except in the movies? Damn.
Yeah, you can't have any evidence of physical abuse. And when it comes to Ruben, man, look, he's 24 years old. This is not about football anymore.
Yeah.
And I've heard someone say that before, and this is a situation where this guy's life is in danger. So as far as I'm concerned, he won't be playing football for us no more. That's it, man.
Yeah.
He has to get his life in order. Okay, whether he committed the crime or not. He has issues going on, and to bring it back to a football standpoint, he's the middle linebacker, the inside linebacker of our team. He's pretty much the quarterback of the defense.
Exactly.
So we have to have somebody with the intellectual capacity. When we get ready to play in the big-time games, we have to have somebody with the intellectual capacity to go head-to-head and toe-to-toe with the top quarterbacks. When you're out there on the field, it's your inside linebacker versus the quarterback. Okay?
Yep.
He has shown that he doesn't have the intellectual capacity to take us over to the next edge.
Experience does that. He's not going to be Navarro Bowman right away, so you're right.
Right. I mean, it takes experience, but, it takes a lot of discipline, and he's shown that he doesn't have it. But to me, I'm not going to let it bring me down as far as the season coming up. The funny thing about us is that, we keep replacing these inside linebackers, and all of us, it just so happened that we keep on getting good inside linebackers. They just don't play for us too long. So
it's kind of scary, yeah.
We can pick up another guy. It's a guy I know named Darius Leonard. He's from South Carolina State. Keep your eye on him. He's from a small school, but he had 17 tackles in the Senior Bowl. He's looking to be a second or third rounder. Okay, there's a few guys out there that I'm not going to say they can replace Ruben with him, but hey, man, we can find talent out here.
I know. It's the fear of the unknown right now. You know what I mean, Maurice? It's like, right. Who's coming in to take Ruben's place? And can they fill those shoes? Because Ruben was a machine. I mean, like you're saying, he didn't actually have the ability yet to quarterback that defense just quite yet. But he's a sharp individual. He would have, between now and probably the next 2 seasons, Ruben would be commanding that secondary like he did back in Alabama.
But, It takes somebody with a clean head to do that.
Well, yeah.
If you don't have a clean head, the experience is just not. You won't make it there.
Yeah.
If he has the discipline problems now, he has an assault weapon. Okay.
Which
he
is
has an assault weapon.
Maurice, we got to stop there though. Maurice, we have to continue. Well, let's continue with that again tomorrow. We're out of time, but yeah. You're
all right, Ronbo. I just appreciate you taking my call, man.
No, I appreciate you calling in.
Keep your head up. We're going to bounce back.
I know, Maurice. I know it. All right, fam.
Yeah, we're going to bounce back.
I'm looking for you tomorrow, okay?
All right, so hold it down, Ronbo. I appreciate it, man.
Thanks, fam.
All right, man.
And let's go. Hey, Jay.
Ronbo, it's rough waters out here, brother.
Oh, man. I mean, it's white water, man. I mean, we're foaming, man. We're holding on to the side of this boat trying to keep it falling off. It's bad, Jay. It's bad.
It's tough times. Yeah, I just wanted to say a couple of things real quick. There's 2 things that we've seen far too often in our society, and that's, domestic violence, whether that's a woman on man or man on woman, and then people lying to try to get people in trouble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so obviously we're all pretty much at the point where we've seen enough of both that we will wait out and see what happens. I'll say this: if he gets convicted, it's over for him in the NFL.
Yeah, I know.
I'd say next to impossible that he plays again. You know, the Rice situation was a little bit more like emotionally impactful for people because they saw it on camera.
Yeah.
And so that would probably stop people from signing him more. But this is like a way worse situation.
Rice hasn't played.
But yeah, you know, exactly. And like the gentleman was saying earlier, you know, Tremaine Brock, you know, right when the new regime came in and they just straight cut him, you know, he got his charges dropped and he didn't actually face any suspension or nothing. So I don't know if they're not dropping him because they know something that we don't, or because, and which is very possible because the DA did take a lot of time to put this all together, or if they're trying to learn from their mistakes because they dropped somebody who didn't actually have anything hold up against them. But I will say this. I will say this. If they do drop the charges against him, it's not over. See Ezekiel Elliott.
Oh, yeah. Goodell is going to come and ride right in because they're conducting their own independent investigation even as we speak anyway. So, you know.
And the main. Oh, yeah.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, please, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm done. I just said NFL's already got their people out there running around seeing what's going on as it is. So.
Exactly. And the main thing that really happened with Zeke was that he, you know, the female against him stayed testifying. You know, and it depends how she's going to shake out in this whole situation, too. You know, they dropped the charges against him, but she, you know, their main kind of source of information or reason to give him his suspension was her testifying with them. And so, you know, they don't have to even care about what the court obviously says. They just go by her. But, you know, past that, forget about Arden Key or anybody with these character issues, I think. I don't know if that's going to happen this draft.
Jay, let me ask you this question. I don't know how much you know about the judicial system, but can she actually sue, because they're not married, can she sue Reuben Foster and get X amount of dollars due to the fact that he did hit her? What if her lawyer says, and we're suing for $2 million?
See, I don't know if how the personal comes out of it, to tell you the truth, but I do know. Yeah, I couldn't answer that question right off the top of my head.
Because if she's, you know what? I'm getting ahead of us here. Let's not go that direction, okay? Let me withdraw that question. All right, we're gonna have to go.
Could be. Who knows? Yeah, I'll just check some of that out. I want to look into some of that. I'll maybe let you know tomorrow with all that. But yeah, just real quick. Now, at this point, now for the draft, I'm back to Tremaine Edmonds first, and then if he's gone by the time he gets back to us, I'm still down to trade back a little bit, whether it's Harold Landry or Marcus Davenport, and try to get some more guys.
And Jay, it's a win-win situation. If Ruben comes back and Tremaine's already raising hell, whoa! Now you're talking. Yeah. So you know, all right, Jay. Let me see you tomorrow, okay?
Cool,
right,
man. Sounds good. Have a good
day. Right. Hey, Josh.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Hey, Josh, man, we're trying to get through this matter of.
Man?
Oh, it's just not good, Josh. It's just we don't need this, Josh. We should be having a good time. We're considering how we're going to beat the hell out of the Rams and win in the West and be that shocking Cinderella team that came out on top. But no. Here we are wondering our star linebacker is going to be able to play or not. Doesn't look good.
Yeah. It seems like that Rams coach is showing his age. If he thinks it's Madden, he can get all these players and expect to pay them all. You get Brandon.
Well, that's good. Right? I hope he continues to do that. Actually, he needs to get some more. I was wishing they would sign OBJ. You know, they'd be in cap hell for years. So,
and Raiders. Looks like John Gruden is doing a hell of a job cutting Marquette King. I don't know what kind of message he was trying to send. But
yeah, well, it gets worse, and Khalil Mack's got a problem there too. But Josh, what do you think about our situation? What are we going to do for middle linebacker?
Man, I think, like I said, I'm not really a big draft guy, but I think you got to go linebacker in the draft now. I mean, let the Ruben's case play itself out in court. I hope it's not true, but if it is, yeah. Ruben has to man up and face his time. You know, if he did put his hands on that woman, man, that's kind of tough to defend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anybody hitting a woman, it's kind of that's like I'm saying. That's all assuming that he is guilty of all this stuff.
No, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying
it's allegations.
Yeah, I mean there is no witnesses.
Now, see, that's the crazy part. That's that's Josh. That's how. If there's a chance for him to survive this, it's that there were no witnesses, except for the fact that there's physical evidence. But then you could say, well, if there's no physical evidence, it doesn't point exactly to Ruben. We don't have any DNA on her body that Ruben slapped her or whatever. It becomes a thing, well, for us as fans, we kind of know that it was Ruben that broke that eardrum. So do we say, well, legally he didn't do it? Are we going to be okay with that? And what does that say about us? And that's my problem right now. Do we accept it because the system said he was okay, he didn't do it? There was no witnesses to prove that he did it?
I think, look, Ray McDonald, Tremaine Brock, those guys were cut right away when it happened. Aldon Smith, it took us some time because
they gave him several chances.
It's really, once you're a really talented player, the franchise tends to give you more leniency than you know what I mean?
I know. Yeah, I know. And
the other players.
And you're right. Do Lynch and Shanahan know something? Do they know that this will not be proven? Will he not be convicted? Do they know that already? They may know that. So, you know.
And the thing that really, like I said, I'm not deferring that he's not guilty, but, like, why did they wait? Like, how long has it been?
A month. That happened on February 11th.
Yeah.
It's 2 months.
See, why did they 2 months? Why did they wait this long to list the charges
and to build a case? They thought you know how they had a detective out there. He's out there collecting all the evidence and the facts, and the DA every time he comes back, well, that's not going to stick. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. And then somebody finally came in office, got this. We got him, and the DA says, okay, I can run with this. We gotta.
Yeah, I think that's what I think. I think they took their time to.
Because they had to come up with they had to build the case. Josh, we got to stop there though. Let me see you tomorrow, and we'll continue.
Okay, I'll Rumble. Thank you.
Thank you. And area code is 409. Hello.
What's going on, Ronbo?
It's Ruben time. We've been. Hey, you know what? Ruben's been ever since last year's draft. We traded up the guy that was all excited. Then we go into the season. He gets hurt in game number 1. Then we wait a few weeks for him to get back. We've been living a Ruben life for and then we get to the off season, and we get to go to Alabama with him. He go back there to say hi to folks. And, Blay, fire one up. Let's go get in the car. Damn fool. And then we got to go through that. And then so we stay. Oh, ain't gonna be no big thing, man. Come on, man. Let's smoke a little weed. It wasn't like he was out there trafficking or doing anything like that. So we're cool. 1 game, 2 games the most. Get back to Cali. Bam! He slaps his old lady. And I thought maybe somebody lied. We can't win, Ruben. Out. Anyway, that's maybe he didn't do it. That's all we can say. Maybe he didn't do it.
Ruben. I don't know, Rumbo.
Looks bad.
Good right now.
Yeah, you don't get a broke eardrum without
Ruben wrecked the Ferrari, Rumbo.
Yeah.
But you know what? But you know what, Rumbo? This is my first time I'm calling in. But I've been listening for
that's right,
fam. Years.
What is your name, fam? I just realized you're right. What is your name?
My name Otis. O-T-I-S.
Otis. O-T-I-S. Otis.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm in the Facebook group. I do a lot of texting in the Facebook group.
All right, and I think I've seen your name too.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But this is what I want to say real quick, because I know we got to keep it short and sweet. I just want to break this up in 2 parts real quick, like the actual consequences of the charge and the impact on the team. I feel like first and foremost, I feel bad for John Lynch. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
Because
he trusted
everybody looking at it, because everybody comparing it to Tremaine Brock. And, dudes in the past, they got in trouble, but they don't understand, like, John Lynch, Reuben Foster is John Lynch's football crush. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
That like you know how people be fantasy drafting on the mat and you get to pick first. You know what I'm saying? That's his guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he's trying to see it all the way through, just to give himself a chance because he's a perennial talent.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
He's a perennial talent. So, you know, and he knows if he cut him, as bad as it look, man, somebody gonna pick that boy up. You know what I'm saying? They gonna stash him. And they gonna stash him.
That's
and they gonna stash him, you know. And you know, they're gonna be political about it. Well, we just feel like Ruben needed some, you know, some bagging in, somebody to come behind him and blah blah blah. So, you know, John Lynch just trying to see it all the way through.
And Otis, who needs a linebacker, Otis, that you know of? The Rams linebacking crew, it sucks. It's weak. The 49ers can exploit that area all day long. And the Rams would pick Ruben up in a heartbeat.
And, you know, I just feel like it'll be one of the big-time riskier owners like Jerry Jones. So I heard somebody earlier say, like, Dallas is the perfect example. Jerry Jones will get behind him and stash him. And, you know, time heals all wounds, you know. He won't play no football this year, though. That's
I believe I know.
So, yeah, because he won't be able to touch the field until all the charges are, you know what I'm saying, dealt with. That's going to take a long time. You know, then you might even have a civil case after all of that. So, John Lynch is definitely going to hit that draft.
Oh.
He definitely going to hit that draft and find a linebacker, though. That's a no-brainer. You know,
looking at 8
he kind of messed up. Yeah. He kind of messed up the draft board, but he kind of messed up the draft board because the secondary is a need too, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we could use an impact player in the secondary, but he'll find a linebacker, man.
Got to have another one. Otis, we got to stop there, though. Otis, get on back into tomorrow, man. Now that you don't be a stranger now. Be looking for you.
No doubt. Shout out to the whole Niner Empire, man. We're going to get through it.
Yeah,
that's why we the faithful.
And that's why we're the Empire.
Faithful.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, Otis.
All right, Mom, bro. All right. Later.
All right. And fam, you know what's so funny? I just realized something, and Otis pointed out something. You know, Ruben that's John Lynch's boy. You know what's really funny? Because whereas John is going through his first year and he had a fail, Kyle Shanahan had a fail. Now, we don't call him a fail yet because he hasn't screwed up. But Joe Williams currently is a fail. So they both learned something in their first year. Kyle is going to be a better judge of talent, but I'm worried about John Lynch being more cautious in the future that we lose out on a player that may have not went the wrong route after he got on the team. But you never can call that shot. Hey, Sheik!
What's up, Ronbo? What's going on, brother?
Sheik, man, we're trying to examine this situation and compare notes and see if we can console each other. What do you think about all this?
Well, I think it's everybody knew that something's going to happen, and with 3 felonies, that's no joke.
Boy, I tell you what, that's true. That.
Yeah, and with that situation, we don't know the whole story. It might be something might come out. The media might come something, so we don't know what else is going to be leaking. Obviously, the eardrum situation, that's huge.
That ruins everything. Man, that's bad.
Yeah, that came out. So I'm like, what else is going to do? So honestly, we cannot think as a 49er. We have to think the next man up. We have to think about the next guy that we have to change the draft, what we looked at. And we got to go for linebacker or just trade back and get 2 guys. And I think there's 2 guys that we need to go talk to, certain Buffalo or somebody, and get Vita Vea and Rashawn Evans. And maybe that'll help Foster if he ever comes back. Because that's his buddy of his. So obviously you play with each other and this and that. So that's another option. It's a sad situation, so we need to move on. Not move on like, fire him, but we got to think about beyond the future because this is the 49ers. This is the Empire. We all went through the Aldon Smith situation, the McDonald's situation, Bruce Miller situation. It's just we're used to it.
We get to do this every off season. It's an annual event. It's a tradition. One 49er, maybe two, is going to have a problem before we get back to the season. That is just ridiculous.
Yeah, and like shout out to Niner Inc. By the way, he had some stories that he just shared with us. I had like a girlfriend, and I'm just recently separated. She was a little crazy the last time I saw her, but I walked up to my hands behind and I walked away because I'm not trying to have that physical, or anybody should have that physical with any type of female.
Yeah.
Because you got to walk away. And that's what I did, and everybody's going to make lying and making this, saying that they did something, but that never happened. The best is just walk away from it and get away from certain people, certain characters, certain friends that is negative for your life.
Sure.
You got to be around certain family members that just support you. You got to be around them the most. That's why we're the Empire. That's why we're faithful. That's why we're all Empire. And shout out to Nighthawk Club and the Hit Squad. We're all family. Ronbo, we're all family. Because of you, we're all family. So we appreciate you making us, humble and don't get into a bad situation because of you. So all in the Empire, I'm going to say thank you for that.
Well, that's a huge compliment. Thanks, fam.
Yeah, so we all love you, man. I know you have another callers. I'm not going to keep it too much, but that's what I'm saying. Next man up, next woman up for me, because I actually have a date coming up in a couple minutes.
Shoot, you better do it, man. I'm telling you guys, you're going to get in trouble because of me, and I am not going to take responsibility. You Sheik, you go get that girl right now, man. All right.
All right, shout out to the Nighthawk Club. Shout out to the Hit Squad. And, we love you, Ronbo.
Thanks,
shout out to you, brother. You mean most.
Hey, love you back, too. See you tomorrow, huh? And speaking of the Nighthawk Club, Nighthawk, you is up, man. You, sup?
Well, nothing, man. Same old stuff, man.
I know, Nighthawk. And when you say that, you just don't realize how true it is. Each and every offseason, we get to go through something. One of our guys is going to mess up. And wasn't that Bruce Miller last year? The year before that, I think we had two dudes. Alden Smith was in there somewhere. Aaron Lynch, and he coming in. He's drinking too much water, and they say, "Oh, well, you drunk too much water. You're suspended." See, we can't have an off season without some mess. Hang on.
But that always happens.
Other teams. Nighthawk, you know what I'm going to do tonight? I'm going to go check. I want to know if any other team has got a knucklehead that messes up every season like we do. Each and every season, we get to have one that can't make it. Everybody else is fine, but there's always that one, at least one, a key player every time.
Yeah, man, what can you do?
Yeah, nothing. Just sit back and wish they wouldn't do it, and it's not helping none. But what do you think of Nighthawk?
I think probably might still keep him. He's a good linebacker.
Yeah, but he's got character issues, Nighthawk. You can't keep a person. This society does not allow you to let criminals continue to play football. If he's convicted, like everybody's saying, that's it. He's done.
Yeah, I heard that he might get he might get 3 years and a community service.
Well, I imagine they'll probably give him a probationary period. Ruben probably gets, I would see possibly 8 months. 8 months in jail could be. It depends on how good that DA thinks he is. And but you know what? Jed York's got like 20 Boston lawyers working on this. So I'm sure Ruben's going to have the strongest defense team. If Jed feels like he wants to commit that much money.
You won't put your hand on a woman like that.
Well, see, that's the thing. Did he really do that? That's what bothers me.
Yeah, but if you get mad, if you get mad, the female, you just walk away.
Yeah. I have a feeling they've been doing that for years, though. You know what I mean, Nighthawk? I got a feeling that relationship is not just now started. That fight like that, they was acting like naturally. I bet they've been fighting like that for a long time.
Happened to the 49ers, every time he got a good player, he get in trouble.
Especially if he's too good. You know? Tremaine Brock was our number one. You know what? And Tremaine Brock was our number one cornerback when he got fired. You know? So you're right. It's always Bruce Miller, one of the best fullbacks we've had in a long time. Get out, Bruce.
So they might go to get a linebacker from the draft pick then. They might go number 9 and get somebody.
Yeah, they may have to. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Actually, they're going to anyway. They may have not got him in the first round, though. They could have got a guy like DJ Calhoun in the second round or somebody like that. But we got to get the best linebacker available now. My God. Sam. So, we'll see, Nighthawk. Now, we got to go, though, Nighthawk. You got time tomorrow. I hope you stop by, huh?
Okay, go Niners.
Yeah. Remember, guys, you can join it.
Nighthawk is out.
Yeah, there is the man that inspired the Nighthawk fan club, Nighthawk himself. And if you'd like to join in, there's a conversation going on just about anytime you get ready to talk 49ers football, you can get in. It's a conversation that runs all the time. What you do, it's Facebook. Go in, look for SOHEL. That's SHOHEL, Sohel, space RAD, Rat. You do that, let Sohel, hey, Sohel, I'm here to talk football, man. I love my 49ers, man. Where y'all at? And Sohel will add you in, and you're in the conversation. Every time they ring up the phone, your name will come up. Hey, Ryan.
Hey, Ronbo, it's been a long time. I had to call in tonight, obviously, to let off some steam. This is going to be a therapeutic show today. I know. This is a very, very dark day in the Niner Empire.
Yes.
Oh, yes, it is. The good news is, we got the 9th overall pick. We can move back, and it looks like there's some decent depth at the linebacker position in this draft. So that's that's the good news. John Lynch took a risk on this guy, I hate to say it, but guys like Reuben Foster that keep getting in trouble. Perfect example. Alton Smith. They just don't turn around. Even if he were to get exonerated of these charges, he would eventually end up getting in trouble again. In all likelihood, he's just not gonna change switch. But I'm hoping against hope. You know what I'm saying? When you have a high draft pick, you're just not going to just give up on the guy. So I wish him the best of luck. But obviously, when the DA comes with all these charges, that they're not going to just come with nothing unless they have a lot of solid evidence.
Because they know it won't run. If it won't work in court, they're not going to bring it in, and they probably have something they really got behind. Gosh, dang it! I know.
That is awesome. Yeah. What else was I going to say? I was going to say, everybody, of course, Tremaine Edmonds, he's the favorite to be drafted by the Niners, by the Niner Empire. But I looked at the tape of compared him against Roquan Smith, and they both look good. But I thought actually Roquan Smith was the better player. And now that Ruben is looks like he's not going to be playing in the foreseeable future, it looks like there's a very good possibility that they end up getting Roquan Smith. I mean, because that guy, he could fly around. He runs he has the measurables and the productivity to validate his 9th overall standing. So I wouldn't be surprised if they got him.
Ryan, you're saying you like Smith or Edmonds?
I do. I mean, if you look at the tape, when you look at the tape, the tape says it all. He's the better player, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Niners went with Evans because he's just a little bit younger, maybe a year younger, and he's
2 years
taller.
Yeah,
I didn't know he was that much. He's that much younger than Roquan Smith.
I mean, this is just a very large child. Edmonds that's just strange to be that big and that young. This is why I say if he's 19 and that big, by the time he's 22 or 23, the kid's going to be huge because he's got muscle to pack on. You're 19. He's going to look like the Hulk by the time he's 22. You know what I mean? Because the body just sort of
make
matured. He's gonna be working out and training. That kid's gonna be huge. He's got to.
You're right about that. I forgot about that.
Yeah. If he could continue to play linebacker, if he maintains his speed, that's going to be some kind of force. Patrick Willis may be looking at him like said, well, they finally got somebody who look like me out there now, I guess, you know. So we'll see.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. But that's what it is, man. Everything was going so well for us. Everybody was calling him every day.
Always, Ryan. That's the way it goes with us. Ryan, we got to stop, though. And hopefully we get back. We'll see you tomorrow if we get a chance, huh?
All right, for sure.
All right, fam. Have a good night.
All right. Take care.
You too. There's a razor.
Ronbo, can I get a Niners holla?
A Niners holla? I need one too, man.
I know you need one.
Niners! Rich, thanks, man. I needed that. I feel better already.
I got you. Just like Kendrick Lamar said, we gonna be all right.
Yeah, I know. You know, because we go through these things so often. We should be used to it by now. You know what I mean? And Razor, this time next year, we're gonna be crying about something else. You watch. This is just what we do. We get one guy every year that comes out and does something before the next season starts. That's just what happens.
All these other teams' fans in the chat, all these media guys talking about us, it's not because of Foster. It's because of Jimmy Garoppolo. We're gonna build on Jimmy. We're not
I bet you're right.
Yeah. They wouldn't, Rumble. These fake fans wouldn't be here if they weren't scared of us. Where were they last year?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they ran the Raider fans off. Of course, the Raider fans can't say nothing. They finally realized they need to shut the hell up. But now, as you say, right, here come the Rams. They'll hush soon.
Yeah, so we still have the top 10 pick. I mean, even though I was telling the guys in the group that if we pick a linebacker, we're staying the same, but still.
I know, right? That's a good point, Razor. We're like just replacing a gap, but we didn't improve.
But, I mean, it'll have some pros and cons. I mean, cons is we're still the same. The pros is that person will probably be more healthier than Ruben and then for sure won't get in trouble off the field, you know?
Yeah, Ruben, and you know what, Razor, you know what, you're right. You point out something that we've been overlooking. You know how we were watching Ruben mid-game? Now we start with the grapes, rationale, right? Ruben's laying on the ground, rolling around in pain, holding his leg, and having to come off the field. He'd always be back like 3 or 4 minutes later, but, it's scary to watch him go through that.
Yes, I mean, I doubt. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a linebacker with that first pick. It has to be.
Yeah.
And whoever it is, I mean, I doubt they're going to get in trouble. I doubt they're going to have all those injuries. But you never know. But it's more. It's a better chance than them not doing that than Ruben. Because Ruben had that surgery and he wasn't at full strength.
Yeah, kind of. It's true, huh? He didn't start the year off at full strength because he couldn't train. You're right. I forgot about that part.
Yeah, but we got a top 10 pick. We still got money. We can still sign a linebacker in the meantime. Ron, but we're just getting started.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah. We are at a stage where this is something we can fix now. It's not like we're 2 years down the road and heading for the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden, boom! Where's that all-pro linebacker? You guys are in trouble now. We aren't at that stage. So you're right. We're still building and putting this thing together. So I like that.
Yeah. I'm trying to turn it into a positive. I mean, at least we're not going into the season with a Brian Hoyer quarterback, with a Carlos Hyde back.
You had to make me laugh, didn't you? All right.
Uncle, this show has been the Maury show. I got to pump it up.
Oh, man. That's a good point. Both the Razor's favorite guys, Carlos Hyde, Mr. Boyer, we don't have to go into the season starting with them. Hey, Razor, man, I love it, man. I tell you what, Razor, we got to go, though. And I'll look for you tomorrow, okay?
All right, shout out to the Hit Squad, shout out to Ronbo Sports, and actually one more thing. This is for your boy Rudy. I mean, for the Rams fan Rudy.
Yeah.
Jared Goff wears number 16 because of who?
It's not Broadway, but Joe Joe Montana. Joe Cool.
So either way, there's Niner in him. So go back to your home. Bye bye.
Great night, Razor. Right. Oh God. And let us go check out. Oh, it's Lorenzo's in it to learn here tonight. Latino Heat.
Hey, what's up, Ron? How's it going, man?
Laser man, we're trying to get through this together, and Razor just made me chuckle. So I'm kind of figuring, I need to lighten up. Because I get too depressed about certain things, and Ruben's number 4 in the league. Lorenzo, that dude can play some football, but he does not want to behave.
I know they threw the kitchen sink at him, didn't they?
They did. They're trying to. I mean, they want to put Ruben in one of them little orange suits and put him out in the yard for 5 or 6 hours a day and report back. My God, they're really going after him.
Yeah, man, it's like I tell you, like I spoke on it when it first came out. Is when you're in them toxic relationships, man, you're trying to walk away and the female always says something to trigger you off. That's what they do. Always they say something because they know they're gonna trigger you. They got that trigger point. So I mean, you just don't know. Hopefully, I mean, he's good. If he's got the lawyers she's got, he can walk away with a whole bunch of misdemeanors and then serve his 1 year suspension from Roger Goodell, because that's what he's gonna give him. Can't get into that.
Yeah, he misses an entire season.
Yeah, but it's like everybody else says though, Ron. We can't really hang on that too, because he doesn't make the 49ers. The 49ers were there before him. It's
That's
just
true.
Another piece to it.
Won many championships before he arrived as well. So you're right. It ain't all about one particular player, unless it's the quarterback.
That's why Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch they threw $130 million at Jimmy G to take some pressure off him.
Yeah. So we're gonna get through this. I know. The thing is, it's like when you first get hit in the eye, it hurts, and then maybe a day or two later you don't feel it no more. But right now, my eye is still hurting.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So what do you think? You think they're gonna go linebacker?
They almost have to. I mean, fans will be going nuts if we sit there and they pick somebody else in the first round. Everybody's, what are we gonna do now? That's everything. First thing people are gonna say. They're gonna 49ers. If they pick somebody else, they're gonna tell you, "Well, we have other people for that position. Don't worry about it. We know what we're doing," which could be.
Hey, Ramo, what would you do if they get that premier pass rusher, that dog pass rusher?
Davenport?
Yeah.
I'd still be in celebration mode. I like him. He's going to take some work. But in the future, he could own that position as one of the league's best. So, we'll see.
Next week when they start what is it? What is it? When they report next week? They report next week. So
yeah, I know. Next Monday, actually. Sunday or Monday? Yeah, it's Monday.
On the media there next week.
Yeah, but Heat, we're out of time though. I'll look for you tomorrow. Okay.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, fam.
Hey, before I leave though, congratulations, Niner Empire, including my stuff. Them 12K.
Oh. Hey, thanks, fam. That's right. I haven't thought about that. Thanks, man.
All right, man.
Let you know we tomorrow, fam. All right. Hey, and let's go to the Ultimate Warrior.
Ronbo.
Warrior.
I apologize. I haven't been on, man. My trenching company bailed on me, dude. I've been digging, and bro, I tell you what, that shit takes the life right out of you.
It sounds like it, man.
Bro,
you know what?
I've been holding on to stay here with you, man. I'm tired as.
No, I'm glad you did. we had you the day. I think I called you by the wrong name from what I remember. I meant to apologize for that because
I crashed out on you, dude. I'm sorry.
No, maybe not. But you're working hard these days. Glad we got to you then. Okay.
Man, bro. Hey, I don't dig, dude. I never have. But I've been digging these last 3 weeks, dude. Oh, my. But
well,
hey,
you know
man,
what? You'll end.
There's a couple guys upset with me, but we'll deal with that another day.
Yeah. Let's talk about Ruben tonight.
Yeah, especially since whenever you say Aaron Rodgers didn't throw at Sherman. Oh, come on, man. The guy is
that one year though,
shitting everywhere and leading the hunter to him.
Yeah.
Kill Fox. But anyways, I like what Mike said tonight, and I know Mike's mad at me because of the whole Derwin James shit because I called him a baby. Big deal. But man, dude, you bust somebody's ear open. I've already came on here before, Ronbo, and I talked about how my dad was abusive towards my mother.
Yeah.
Man, he beat the hell out of this woman. But I'm telling you something. My dad had to go. He had the same type of a dad that he had. You know what I mean?
Yeah, see, that's what I keep telling people. I said, this is something that he's going to be like this father, whether he tries hard not to be or not. It's in him. I'm worried about that. You're right.
There's a demon there. You know what I mean? And you know what? My dad's the most gentle person you'll ever meet now. You know what I mean? Like, whenever I get on the phone with this guy, people think I'm talking to my friends. Because I don't treat him like my dad. My dad is a stepdad. You know what I mean? He was there. But I'm telling you, man, the guy from the Jets, the wide receiver that just got accused of doing fucking 4 felony charges like Reuben.
Oh, there's somebody else having. You know what? I'm almost glad to hear that because I thought it was just us.
He just got exonerated of all charges.
Ooh.
And I when I saw it, I was like, that man is gonna be in jail. You know what I mean? Like, the dude's he's out of control. But that's the same thing that we're seeing today. You know what? Like I told you before, Rumble, I've seen my mom hurt herself.
Really?
To get my dad in trouble. Yeah. She was so upset that this man had found another woman that she sat there and I'm like, you are fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Like, and honestly, she actually ripped my ass for yelling the other day on Ronbo because I want to apologize to the whole empire because at the end, I know we get all emotional, man, and what is football without emotion, Ronbo?
Well, yeah,
and
yeah, true,
exactly. And everyone was calling the cops on me because I was yelling on here, man, and I apologize.
It's okay.
My mom listens all the time, and she fucking got really pissed off at me. But I got my ass $2 empire, so just so you guys know, man. But
all right. Tell you what, you know what? We're having to cut it short tonight, though, Warrior, because we got a lot of folks. And appreciate you getting in there. Get some rest, man, because it sounds like you're working really hard. Appreciate you getting back in here, though.
I don't have the power to yell. Anyway, I love you, Ronbo, man. Hey, shout out to
same to you, fam.
Shout out to Sheik, man. That man was talking some real shit because I think that we need Vita Vea to take away from the linebacker position. You know, he's in the middle, left and right. So
the way he moves, I'd like to put him at linebacker. That dude is amazing.
That man's gonna bust that line. But hey, man, shout out to the hit squad. You know what I mean? We're here, baby.
All right, fam.
Hey,
Warrior, look forward tomorrow, man.
The ultimate clown is out.
Have a good night, Warrior.
Pennywise.
Yeah.
Peace out, Ron.
All right, fam. And let's see. Hey, there's Clarence.
Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
Clarence, man, we're just sitting back here trying to digest and wrap ourselves around the fact that Ruben found a way to get into some very serious trouble. Well, other than that, we're fine. Gosh, go!
What's this world coming to? Have mercy.
I know. We just can't get a break.
Man.
I was just delighted to hear just now that the Jets have a player that's messing up, too. Although he had a bunch of felony counts thrown at him, he's already off. He could go on and get back to work. Ruben's got to wait for another 2 weeks. I understand they're going to have another hearing. And then I don't know what's going to happen then.
I got three things real quick. Number one, I think it's got to be Edmonds for that first pick because he's at least got brothers, I believe, in the NFL already. So therefore, he understands the process. He understands what happens when you're in the NFL. He's got some people to rely on, to fall back on if stuff starts going haywire.
I think it's father
number
too.
Two, yeah. Number two, I think the 49ers need to invest in some handlers for their draft picks, for their rookies, and for folks that need that help. They need handlers. They need some support. Some extra support system that can be watching over them during their off time when they're not in the facility.
Like Jerry Jones.
And then
he does that. He used to do that with his wide receiver. Dez was told no alcohol. He had a curfew, and he actually had guys that chaperoned him around. That's how you protect your investment. I think John Lynch should have done that.
Well, yeah, and looks like they got it in the third thing. I think the 49ers got to invest. I also got to invest in some private investigators to try to vet all these rookies, vet all these people, so they can see, they can try to dig deep and see if these guys are going to be a problem going, in the future or whatever,
True.
Dig deep into their financials to say, hey, does this guy owe money to a loan shark or something? And he's got some issues. There. It has something else, but other than that, it's like it may be a blessing in disguise. Maybe Edmonds is the guy that we actually need, and may not be. Foster just may not be the even because he got hurt a ton during the season.
Lost it for how many weeks?
Yeah, enough weeks. And I figured maybe during this offseason he can get strong. He can get some weight behind him and learn how to play the position. But obviously that ain't happening. He's got too much. He's got too much legal issues now, and he can't focus on football. I know exactly.
Dang. Man,
it's horrible.
We got it, and it's getting to the climactic moments. That's the bad thing about it. They made us wait through all that quiet time, and today they hit us. They dropped the bomb on us because they couldn't come up with enough stuff. So they finally got enough stuff. Okay, we're ready to tell you guys now. Here's what we got on your boy Ruben. That gun is illegal. We got him. That's one felony count. He broke the lady's phone while she was trying to call us. That's two. She has a ruptured eardrum. People, she didn't rupture her eardrum by herself, and she was out there flagging down cars trying to call the police. Ruben is charged. And oh man, this looks so bad. So, we got problems.
Yeah. But, so like I said, it could be a blessing in disguise. Maybe God just putting Ruben on a different path because he can't handle this path. Maybe he's going to learn. Lord, hopefully he learns, and, and then we just got to move forward.
And please,
got to move forward.
And please, God, give us Tremaine Edmonds. Tell you what.
Amen to that.
We're gonna have to go, fam. Clarence, we're gonna see you tomorrow. We're trying to get everybody in and say a little bit tonight. So.
Yep, you good.
All right, fam.
Go Niner Empire.
Yeah.
What? Later.
All right, fam. All right, Trez.
Hold that. Wait a minute.
Wait, put the sprinkles out.
Put some red and gold up in it.
Yeah.
Ronbo.
Yeah, Trez.
Got a few things to say, Ronbo.
Oh, I knew you did. That's why I'm gonna jump right on in there, man.
I'm gonna let it start off like this, Ronbo.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to discuss this thing called life. Go crazy!
Now, Ronbo, now that y'all done preach the eulogy of what Ruben Foster's career.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to take it up a notch, Ronbo. I'm gonna have to take it up a notch. Look at him. Hey, Ruben's in trouble. It is what it is. I don't care nothing about that right now. You know what I care about, Ronbo?
What's that?
I care about this draft in 2 weeks. I care about us not taking a chance on any more players that may come up with these character issues. I'm excited for the 2018-19 season. 49ers are about to take the field. And that's where I'm at, Ronbo.
That's where you need
that's
to be.
Where I'm at. And everybody else and that's where everybody else need to be, man.
Yeah.
Hey, look here. Our team gave us plenty of excitement for a 6-game stretch down the stretch. And we all was looking forward to this year and the excitement that this team is about to bring. And don't let anything take that away, okay? Don't let anything take it away, man. We should be excited. We got this draft coming up. Let's focus on the positive thing, man. Let Ruben's situation work itself out. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Now, y'all going to preach this little eulogy tonight, but after the night, Ruben Foster's dead to this team. Get over it. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, Ronbo, we got to readmit some problems. Got to keep your head up, Ronbo.
Trent's got quite a musical library, doesn't he?
Got to keep your head up, Ronbo. That's what I want all of my Niner Empire brothers and sisters to do. Keep your head up. Hey, look here. Hey, it's water under the bridge right now. Be excited for this team and what we're about to go do this season, okay?
Yeah.
And Ronbo,
that's
my time. TNT is out. And I want y'all to know on my outro, don't forget to
get on that train. Don't forget your ticket. Tress, you are the bomb, baby.
I'm good, Ronbo. Y'all have a good one.
Hey, Tress, I hope to see you tomorrow, man.
All right.
Man. Yeah, I gotta, it takes me, well, I always take things really to trauma. As soon as I read it, I said, no! Because I wasn't expecting it, you know what I mean? It's like if you're getting ready to, if you ever study martial art, if you go in there, you feel like your technique is ready, you rolling, you get into a sparring match, boom! You see the technique you ain't never seen before. All you can do is say, bow and back up, get your breath, and come back in. But in a minute, the initial impact is always like, whoa! Anyway, let us go to A. Monroe.
Hey, Ronbo.
Monroe, welcome to the party, man. You know what? Trez has made me realize I have to stop crying. But listen, Monroe, what is your feeling on the situation at hand, though? Whatever you got to say.
Well, you gotta put it in God's hand and just let it
run its course,
fall where they lay.
Yeah.
Because let it run its course. Because at the end of the day, it's he said as he said. So ain't no telling. So that's just like and you can't compare that to OJ. OJ's situation was way worse than that. Ray Rice's situation was way worse than that. Because we don't know if he really hit her and bust her eardrum because we didn't see it. We seen Ray Rice knock out his woman in the elevator.
True.
We seen OJ driving crazy on the freeway. We didn't see nothing about Ruben Foster. So for you to say that's worse than Ruben Foster, I disagree. And I overheard, Ronbo, you had a question about something, and I'm going to answer it for you, is that she can't get a civil lawsuit without if he's in trial. They have to drop the charges for her to get a civil suit.
And then
he can't go to Yeah, so for her to get a civil suit, she have to talk to the DA into dropping the charges. Then she can take him to civil court and sue.
There's two different systems, yeah.
Because you got to, yes, exactly.
All right.
So I mean, you know, I think it's going to drop because she's a money hungry son of a bitch, it's wrong with Ruben Foster. She did, but it's her fault why she in this situation too. So I'm gonna just say it like this: somebody's gonna be in that ear and tell her to drop the charges and take them to civil court so you can get money. I mean, it makes sense though. You got a child, so you know you got to think about the future. If you go to jail, you can't get none of the money. You just be a poor ass bitch.
True, and her, you know what? And her and Ruben are pretty much probably through now. They probably had it. Both of them are probably sick of each other now. So yeah, you're right. Civil court, I could see that coming. And if that happens, Monroe, that'll mean you were absolutely on the right path. You got to go this way first, and then you go that way. I bet you're right.
Yeah, because if he go to jail for it, then she can't get no money. She can't go to civil court. Once he's in where he's at, and they don't drop the charges, she can't sue him. She can't take him to civil court because he's in prison. You get what I'm saying? Because once you're in prison, you lost everything. So she doesn't have nothing to sue.
Yeah. All right, Monroe. I tell you what, we're cutting everybody a little shorter tonight. I'm tell you what. Let me look for you tomorrow, okay? And good stuff. All right. I needed that. Good night, Monroe. Good night. Yeah. Okay, so I needed that question answered, and Monroe provided that answer. I really appreciate that. That's true. It makes sense, though. You can't sue somebody while you're in the court with them going through a proceeding, but you can take them after this thing is over. If you lose the case, you can still sue them for civil court for damages sustained. I'm gonna take a little work too, though. It's CM Punk. CM Punk, come on in, man. Hey, did the 1 2 3 kid pass out on us?
No, hold on.
All right. Notice he's got the 1 2 3 kid and. Punk, I know you know. CM, I hope you know this is part of your time, though. Tyler, I've already started. What can I do? He's lifting. Tyler.
Yo.
Yeah, Tyler, we're on a limited amount of time tonight. You got to start moving, man.
Yeah, no, I gotta have my intro.
Okay, but listen, Tyler. What are your insights on this whole matter? What are you thinking?
If he did it, if we find out that he did it for 100%, then get rid of him. You know, but if he didn't, if there's not enough evidence, then he's on our team. You know.
True.
But if he didn't, like, if there's not enough evidence, he's on our team, and if he is charged for 11 years in prison, then obviously we have to get rid of him. But,
hey, Tyler, though, how do you explain? What are the theories that you may have on that eardrum? I don't. How in the world did that get in there? That's really freaking me out.
I don't understand where all this new information is coming from. Why didn't she say that before?
You and me both. Where did all this new information, beatings and eardrums? I don't understand that either. It wasn't that way the first few days or weeks.
That's exactly what they did before. That's what they were doing to our president. All these women come out of nowhere. They're like, oh, he freaking groped me, tried raping me, this and that. Where were you before? Like, come on.
Tyler, let's not tie it in with politics. But listen, you got a good point when you talk about the fact that it's all of a sudden news. That's what I said when I first read it. Where was that information a long time ago? And how about the people that said that she doesn't have a mark on her? All of a sudden she's got marks, perforated eardrums. Whoa.
She's paying some people with his money.
Now, how do you tie that together? How do you come to that conclusion now? I mean, how would that help?
I was joking. I wasn't.
Oh, okay. I know, because I'm listening to all theories. I want to know how all these things came about all of a sudden. She's standing out in the middle of the road. They got the name of the street and everything. She's flagging cars down to call the police on Ruben. Ruben drags her. I didn't know he threw her all the way out of the house. I thought he drug her to the house. That's the initial report.
That before. I knew that he dragged her out, and I knew that I didn't know that he punched her or anything. I didn't know that he punched her at all before.
8 times, 8 to 10 times.
Yeah, I know that now, but I'm saying they didn't say that before, and they also she never mentioned before that he tried to keep her from calling 911. So
busted her phone all
where's
up.
all this coming from?
Well, where did she make the phone call from? Wait a minute. This doesn't tie together. He busted the phone. Where did she make the phone call? She went on the street. She flagged down a car. We weren't told about any car flagging down. They just reported that she called the police. How was she in front of the... How was she answering the door? Oh, this is very strange.
Yeah. But what really touched me, though, is Kowalski T and Richard Sherman were there for him.
Yeah,
that's a big deal.
Listen, we need to go. Well, tomorrow, Tyler, we'll discuss this again. You just open up a can. I just figured I'm tired from what we initially heard. Listen, anyway, we ran out of time, though, and I'm going to see you tomorrow, okay?
All right. CM Punk is dropping the pipe bomb.
Oh, that's such a good point. How did she answer the... Hey, is it David? David!
Yeah, what's up?
David, it's
what's up?
Pain and suffering, Dave. I mean, we're going through this matter that we don't want to be going through, but yeah, that's it. It's about Reuben Foster today, and
yeah, I heard.
And the DA, and Reuben just got up and said, "Yes, Your Honor." That's pretty much all. From what I read, what happened in court, all Reuben was "Yes, Your Honor." Yes, Mr. Foster. That's all you got to say. I guess we're gonna. Yeah.
It's probably the best idea to say
be quiet.
anything at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he's done. He's done.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Even like putting the whole domestic violence charge, putting that aside, he had an SDR, and that is more than just having an illegal rifle in California. That's more. It's like another step in the illegal realm, pretty much.
Especially right now.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, you can say oh, he's a gun, whatever. We all have guns, whatever.
Sure.
It's just an AR-15 with a short barrel. Who cares? Yeah. But okay, so then you have the girlfriend. I read an article. I don't quite remember. It was either ESPN or something like that, where there was witnesses. The neighbors supposedly were the ones who called the police.
Right.
On that article I read.
Hey, David. So if the police were called by the neighbors, where's the story about her out on the road flagging down cars? Because I remember that part when the neighbors called the police. Why is she outside flagging down cars to call the police then?
Well, they probably didn't want to confront Ruben personally, so they called the police, and the police takes 3 to 4 minutes at least to show up. So then that's enough time for her to go on the street and flag people. And so that's probably it. Here, I'm trying to find the article, but yeah, that's my small theory right there.
Well, okay, Ruben drags her out of the house. The neighbors see this. They call the police. Meanwhile, the story says she's running around down the street, all beat up, flagging down cars, so she can call 911. Mm-hmm. Oh, that doesn't match. Oh, that's very odd. I forgot about that part.
Well, it takes a long time for the police to show up, and I think there's enough time for her to wander off. Because I mean, she was obviously very confused.
And then she came back home.
Eardrum was busted.
Yeah,
I don't know about that. I don't know. They have a kid, right?
There's something very. Even with my unprofessional mind, as far as investigations go, that's very strange. All right, you know what?
However, I think she can still get paid though with the criminal case. I think if you found guilty, she can get paid.
Yeah.
For damages, for bodily
okay.
damages and all that.
And then Ruben he gets double punishment. You will pay this lady, and you will also do 8 months in jail, and you're on 15 years probation, Mr. Foster. You know, I just, man, this is so scary. Trez had me out of this, and now I'm back in it again. I'm trying not to feel stupid badly about this. Hey, I tell you what though, Dave, we gotta go, and I'm gonna look for you tomorrow. Okay, man, I want to look into this some more too. All right, have a good night, David.
Yeah,
appreciate you calling, fam.
Yeah,
right.
you too. Yeah, no problem. See you.
Yeah. Man, fam, think about that for a minute. That's kind of crazy, yeah. But I imagine the DA must have a case, or else they wouldn't have ran it. Hey, it's Bill. Bill knows about this. Hey, wait, Bill, I got to make an announcement. Rudy, we're having family business tonight, Rudy. So you're not going to get in. So you can mess with the folks in the chat. You're not coming in tonight. All right, Bill, go ahead.
Break it to me first, and then I go forward. I missed some things. I had a phone call while I was waiting. What did I miss?
Bill, we're having trouble figuring out how in the world. See, Ruben Foster's got in big trouble, and initially it was only about Ruben dragging her through the house. Now we're finding out Ruben drug her all the way and I guess threw her right out into the street. She rolls down the road looking for some cars and flagging them down. Meanwhile, the neighbors have called the police. And I guess she comes home just in time to find the police there. I don't understand how it connects. To say that not only did he beat me, he's got a gun. And it's not legal. And so the police go in and they find the gun. And she's got to understand, they didn't say anything about her sitting there all beat up in the initial report. I guess they had to wait till she goes to the hospital, which I didn't even know she went to the hospital. But she did. She's got a perforated eardrum. She's been beat by the head 8 to 10 times. But none of this came out initially. But we're finding out that's what the DA has now. Ruben's in deep trouble.
I caught that part. And I heard what the guy said. She's got two choices now. The guy's right about that. I forgot who was speaking, but she got two choices. Either she gets money, or he goes to prison. All right, if she can't get both, so therefore, if she pursues it, he goes to prison and she's broke. Or she has him drop the charges, he stays with the Niners and just get money. Whether it happened or not, I think she might have beat herself. We don't know what happened. We don't know the story. But if she's out for money, then she'll go for the money. So we really have nothing to worry. Or if that be the case, and if we don't want him as a Niner, we could trade him to the Saints to get a pick.
Because the Saints wanted him in the first place. You guys can have him now if you like.
Yeah. Right? Get a number one pick like they went at OBJ.
No, I'll take Lattimore. Trade.
No, we trade for some number one picks, and that way, if we want OBJ, we could get what we want and still get Odell Beckham Jr.
Bill, people understand it's not about getting Odell Beckham Jr. It's about having to pay him $20 million. Do you realize between him and Jimmy G, that would eat up damn near the entire cap? That's $47 million a year. What am I saying? Wait, Jimmy gets $27 a year, right? That's $47 million a year between a quarterback and one wide receiver. I cannot even go shopping for no more players after that. That is not going to happen. Man.
Well, I don't think we can just get a good wide receiver. Either way, it doesn't matter. There's some what's coming out. So, she could just drop the charges to get the money, and she ended his career with the Niners. But that's fine. He'll get all that money in New Orleans, and she'll get her money, and we can get our picks, and hey, there you go. Or he can straighten up if he's doing something stupid, and he can just walk a straight line, or hey, whatever he wants to do. To be honest, I heard about it. It popped up on my phone, and I'm like, okay, well, I didn't think about what was he saying, but I didn't know you couldn't get both. I wasn't thinking about that at the time. It's my birthday today. I went and partied.
Oh, happy birthday, Bill!
Thanks. I'm kind of shocked, but hopefully we get some good replacements out of it. I was hoping for us to go to the Super Bowl. That may have to wait one more year.
Bill, you know what? We're going to find a patch that's going to work fine. When we're second year in this defense, we're going to be a lot better. If we could pull Edmonds or Smith in the first round, which is almost what they have to do now, I think we're going to survive this. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if she could drop the charges, then we could trade them off and get some picks.
Yeah.
And nothing to hurt us, nothing to pay.
John
and
Lynch.
we just require, like,
you know what? They've already committed too much time and pain and frustration. They're going to make Reuben Foster behave. He's going to get treated like Des Bryant. First of all, there's going to be no more paraphernalia being smoked or drank. That goes for alcohol as well. He will have a curfew. He will also have a team with him 24 hours a day, just like Des, to make sure he behaves. Because this is too much. We're out of time.
Maybe he does need a babysitter.
Well, no, he does. He's proven that. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, grow up and be a man, or get treated like a child and have some babysitters. You know,
Yep. Have a dude.
That's it. You can prove otherwise.
What's that dude that played in the Matrix with the guy with the suit on, that robot, or the guy that was giving Keanu Reeves so much trouble? Mr. Smith. Yeah. You're going to have a guy like Mr. Smith sitting in his living room at all times and watching him. Yes. Bill, we got to go, man. I'll see you tomorrow if you get some time, huh?
What time are you getting on tomorrow so I can be 9 o'clock?
No, well, yeah, your time, yeah.
9 o'clock
You're in Kansas City, yeah. All right.
And decide. I'll be looking for you, and I'll be on tomorrow. Have a nice
day. All right. You too, Bill. Happy birthday, Bill.
Thanks.
All right. Oh, God. Could you see Ruben with Mr. Smith sitting there and Ruben trying to punch him? And Mr. Smith turns into two guys. Mr. Foster, I'm not beatable. You're going to stay where I put you, or else there's going to be problems. Hey, we got Bashar. Hey, Bashar.
What's up, Ronbo? I know I'm not going to ask you how you're doing like I usually do. I'm not going to say it the way people
I'm not happy, Bashar. I'm not happy.
Yeah. Okay. This is how I look at it, and I think all 49er fans should see it this way. I hear some people calling, and a lot of them don't see it this way. Just put it in your head that Ruben Foster does not exist on the 49ers. Literally. Just wipe him out of your brain, because as far as I'm concerned, the 49ers have to move on without him. If, for whatever reason, the judge says this and everything falls in his favor, miraculously, he's innocent, and he's able to come back on the field, he's a bonus. He's a bonus. But we're not going to rely on him. We cannot rely on him. We have to push forward in the draft, balls to the wall. John Lynch has to prove that last year's draft was not a fluke. He's got his boys out to help him, Marcus Peters, of course. And we just have to assume that he's not going to be available. That's all we have to do. We have a great quarterback. We have a leader on defense, Richard Sherman. He may bounce back and have a great year, and we just gotta. We're a young team still. We just gotta bounce back and push forward. That's all. That's how I look at it.
That's a healthy way to look at it too, because worrying about this is only going to make you crazy. So I agree. You're right. No point in stressing. There's nothing we can do about it. It's in the legal system, and it's a pain in the butt. But we got to wait till it gets through running its course. Damn it.
Exactly. And
yeah.
I do want to say one thing, because I'm not here to tell people what to do or tell people how to do things, but it just something that kind of bothered me just a little bit when I remember some guy called before me and he kept saying the B word, referring to Ruben Foster's girl. I don't think that's fair, honestly, because we don't know what happened, and I just don't think it's a proper way to address it.
And you're right, and we allow a lot of freedom. We allow complete freedom on this program. I agree with you. I didn't think that was very nice. I mean, you know what? What if she's telling the truth, and then you called her that? Yeah.
And,
so
if it happened to him personally, I get it. You can say that, you can vent, but we don't know. We really don't know what happened. We can pray as much as we want and hope he's innocent, and who knows, he might be, but we still do not know. Like you said, more people I know was them too. As far as the draft goes, we just have to sit back and watch. Who knows? Maybe we get Tremaine. Maybe we don't. Maybe we trade down. This just changes a few things. We just have to accept it.
Yeah.
That's about it, pretty much. I mean.
And who knows, Bashar? We may come out the better for it. I mean, I look at Ruben as being omnipotent out on that field. He had a problem getting hurt, but when he was on the field, he was playing. There was no running. There would be nobody gaining no 100 yards on this particular day. Reuben Foster's patrolling that area. Don't come his way. And he's on a runner's butt like within seconds. When as soon as he crosses a certain line, Reuben's anticipation skills, these are not things that can be taught, Bashar. This is why I like that kid so much. He's a natural. Oh, but he's an idiot. Reuben, Jesus Christ, why can't you stay out of these problems? Okay. Anyway,
you always make me laugh when you explode like that. I do that too. I just don't do it on camera when I call Liz. I get like that too. The 49ers tactics was very deep. If you saw me or heard me on the phone that day we lost the Raiders, you would have not known who I was. You'd have thought I was possessed by the devil or something. Because everyone in the room left this. I was just talking like a truck driver.
No, losing to the Raiders is really it's bad. You're right. It's like being punched or slapped.
You gotta fix that. So one more thing, I think as far as the linebackers go in the defense in general, the run stoppage, who knows? People keep saying that Vita Vea's is generational guy. Maybe we just plug him in at number 9, and then we pick up some other linebackers later in the draft, or sign another veteran. Who knows? That could make things a whole lot easier if he's just Halloumi Nada with a bigger upside, like people say.
Do you know how much DeForest Buckner would eat with Vita on that? Vita Vea reminds me, man. Whoa, man. Woo. Go ahead.
And I don't want us to draft another D lineman in the round 1, but everybody says this guy's a can't miss prospect. So
he is
there, and they like him. Hey, we got to
go, Bashar.
All right, man.
I hear you.
That was all Niner Empire.
Hey, Bashar with good stuff, and he's right. Eventually we're going to have to adopt Bashar's way of thinking, because you know what? We cannot attach too much emotion to this situation because it's out of our hands, basically. So if you're making yourself crazy, you can do yourself a favor. I'm going to try to do myself a favor. I'm going to try to, just like Bashar said, let it go. Let it go. It looks really, really bad. We got to wait for the 30th, but still, it does not look good. The DA is pursuing because he knows he's got an airtight case. It's going to take, God, what's the best lawyer I've ever seen? Man, this is, even if Johnny Cochran was alive, I don't know if he could do this one. This is serious. All right, hey, Mike, the Hitman Hart, the best there is, the best there ever was, the best there ever will be. Founder of the Hart Foundation, Mike the Hitman Hart. Mike, come on in, man.
What's good, Rumble? What's good, Ronbo?
Well, I wish Mike ain't nothing good today, but you know what? People are talking sense to me. That's why I like having these group huddles like we do. If I had to sit with my own thoughts, it was driving me nuts before I came in and joined everybody. This has bothered me something bad. Ruben Foster's a gem, but he don't know how to act, apparently.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Shout out to the Hart Foundation first and foremost, man.
Mm-hmm.
Love my guys. I wanted to say, too, I heard Ultimate Warrior speak earlier, man. Big shout out to him, bro. I know me and him had some fun exchanges, man. But on the real, man, on a personal note, I don't want to see nobody in their real life, man, go through some situations. Even that the Rudy kid who calls in, I don't want to see nobody go through nothing bad in life, man. So, I got Ultimate Warrior in my prayers, man, when he shared his personal testimony about things that his parents was dealing with, man. Yeah, I got Ultimate Warrior in my prayers, man. Real talk, man.
Good stuff. Good. That's what I want you all to do, man. Everybody come back to where we was. We still love each other. We can fight about topics, but let's chill on the fight. But anyway, go ahead.
Oh yeah, man. That was all in fun, man. Anybody who know me, man, I've been on this show for a minute. Anybody who know my character, real talk, man, they know.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, man, I can separate. Yeah, I can separate personal and football. It's nothing personal, man. I be having fun with you guys.
Yeah, I know.
But seriously, Rumbo, I'm not worried. I'm gonna tell you why. We just all we got to do, if we're talking just strictly football and not the trial that's coming up, we're gonna get a guy that's gonna be like a Borland. Remember when Bowling went down and we were panicking, and then all of a sudden Borland, nobody really saw Borland coming and having that hell of a performance when he came in. You know what I'm saying? So like the difference with this situation, we have advance notice that Foster might not be available, possibly. So Shanahan and Lynch are going to get that, field. Now, are we going to get a generational talent like Ruben? In this case, maybe not in this draft in that way, but then again, who say we won't? Like, we don't
my whole thing is this: nobody's irreplaceable, man. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? If this were Jimmy Garoppolo, we would be more on eggshells because we would feel like, damn, that's our franchise quarterback. But at the end of the day, you know, nobody's irreplaceable. This loss can be our long-term gain because the thing is, just strictly speaking on football, not an Empire, I'm not talking about nothing else. We got to get a guy, like I've been saying, we got to get a guy that's committed to winning. You know, I was one of the callers before this situation broke out, when he had a situation with the marijuana. I was one of the callers at that time saying, I understand, like, people like Matthew Thomas can replace Reuben Foster. He's a first-round talent. But when you got off-the-field issues after off-the-field issues prior to coming into the NFL, and we're aware of that, how much of the Niner Empire do we really want a generational talent in the first round where we're investing in so heavily to where we might not have him available? Like, we had, just in the Niner organization, we've had a plethora of players that were great talents, Alden Smith, the Ray McDonalds, and so forth, now Ruben Foster, and we invested so much in these guys and they're not available. So we want to get guys, you know, we can't necessarily say who's going to do what. You know, these guys can make decisions at any given moment, but when you have a past history of issues off the field, I mean, we have to consider that a little bit more now, and I think going forward, the Niners are going to do that. So let's just see what happens. We don't know if his girl's telling the truth. We don't know if Ruben's innocent. Whatever happens, man, we're going to be okay, bro. You know, we cannot allow one man, one player, to get our spirits down about this coming season. You know, reality is we're going to be good, bro. We've shown the ability to bounce back when we had players go down, you know, in that season where we had Willis and Bowman and so many injuries, and then other players stepped up. We're going to do the same thing, man. So be good, Niner Empire. We're going to be good, bro. We good.
Good words, Mike. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna look for you tomorrow. Okay.
Hey, Ronbo, can I say one more thing real quick?
If you could do it real quick.
I heard the Sheik. Yeah, I heard the Sheik saying he wanted me to come on this Nighthawk thing that he got. Sheik, I don't have Facebook, bro, but you know, let me know, man. Next time we talk on this show, let me know what I got to do to get on there. If I don't really do social media, but I'll do whatever, man. If I got to connect with my Niner family, man. So
hey, that's what you got to do. I'm telling you.
Niner Empire, man.
All right, Mike. Great to hear from you, fam. Look for you tomorrow.
All right, Rumbo. Take care, man.
All right, you too. Okay, it looks like Razor has passed judgment here. He said a while back, I forgot to mention, Brian Lee, you have been suspended for 1 day for breaking the rule for saying Niner Nation. Razors, listen, be careful. We are the Empire. We swallow up nations, as we could testify to being the number one winningest franchise in Super Bowl since the Super Bowl era started. And I know what you're saying. 49ers, man, y'all got 5. The Steelers got 6. Here's my problem with that, and let me justify what I just said. We are number one because we've only lost once. Nobody can say they've won 5 Lombardis and only lost once. And we wouldn't have lost that once. Okay, you know what? Don't get me started on that. Hey, Derek.
Ronbo, what's up, bro?
Derek, it's what's not up. It's Ruben Foster, the situation. It has morphed into something different. But everybody's starting to, I'm starting to feel better now because we need to go ahead and realize where we may have lost Ruben Foster. We can still go on. It's not like our season's done. We're not as good as we were without him, but we could be just as good, and we don't know who we're going to pull in the draft. And Derek, what if this is one of those kind of things where Edmonds or Smith or Calhoun or some of the other guys they're looking at, the dude comes in and gives you the almost same thing as Ruben, but he's not injured, and you don't have to hear about the PD calling nobody's house. See, it could be, Derek. It could be.
Hey, I'm going to keep it real with you, Chief. Chief.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but... Ruben, he's generational, man. Like, this is more bullshit, but...
I know, man. I'm trying to thanks, Derek. I'm trying to make myself feel better. And there you go with the generational. We had a generational player on defense, and we've got a generational player on offense. We could have worked around both of them. Both of them are quarterbacks. Ruben could have quarterbacked that defense and made it omnipotent, awesome, unstoppable. And you already know what Jimmy G can do. And now we got to listen to the fact that Ruben's in jail. He's going to be going to everybody's going to be going down to visit him at the precinct. Oh, wait. We're going to visit him at the facility as he's in his little orange suit. Ruben! Ruben, I got a ball, Ruben. See if they'll let you keep this in the yard. Oh, Ruben.
Man. Dude, I keep trying to keep myself from denial. I can't put myself in denial, bro, but it's just crazy, honestly.
It is.
Like, I was going to say, where's the pictures, where's the proof, but if, like, there's, like, what was it called? Her eardrum was
eardrum?
like, what?
Yeah, it's shattered her eardrum. And, that would come from a slap.
Yeah, like, it's crazy, and, like, I don't know, man, honestly. I'm not going to say, oh, she's lying, or he didn't do anything, because, honestly, we don't know what happened, but it's not a good look regardless if it happened or not.
Yeah. It really isn't. And Goodell's going to move on it. We lose Ruben for a year no matter what. You know what? That's just the way it
exactly.
is.
Marijuana charges.
Go ahead.
Yeah, for the marijuana charges and this too, the DV violence, domestic violence,
and the gun.
Yeah, he's done for a year, bro. Hey, man, but to keep your head up though, bro. I don't know, man. Richard Sherman, he went up there. He went there with his wife, bro. He was just in L.A. like yesterday.
I know Richard's moving around, ain't he? I saw him on. You saw him at the Laker game.
Yeah, I saw him, and I was like, "What the hell?" Because like, if Richard Sherman believes like if he did it, he wouldn't go up there, man. Because you didn't keep it real with you, man. Like, but I don't know what the hell happened, honestly, bro.
I know. I was wondering about that too. I just said if Ruben is at the gym every day or at the facility every day and Rich is there, they're probably talking it up, right? So maybe hey yo, bro, man. I'm you know what, Ruben, man, did you do that shit? I can just see him now, because you know how dudes get together, they start talking, and maybe Ruben tells him what happened. I'm gonna be there for you tomorrow, man. Kwaski team, we gonna be there tomorrow.
Yeah, man. And exactly. And I feel like Richard Sherman wouldn't be the type of person that believes that if he did it, he would drive all the way to San Jose the very next day, or take a plane just to defend his own boy.
Yeah, right.
Because like Richard Sherman, like he doesn't take no bullshit. Like he doesn't believe no bullshit. He's from, I don't know, man, but like I'm telling you, this shit is crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's about to get crazier too. I don't know how much, but we'll find out on the 30th. We got another date to wait. A few days after the draft, we got to find out. Ruben's in court. I don't know if are they going to convict him that day? Are they going to come to a conclusion? I mean, I wonder how this works.
Probably not. It's probably going to be another long process, like always when it comes to these kind of cases, man, with athletes.
Yeah, litigation goes on for like 5 years, and then he's got to fly to Alabama on the 30th of May. And they want to put him in court over that little handful of dope he was smoking. So he should have just stayed in Cali. Yeah, you got to learn how to stay out of trouble, man. Damn.
Hey, man. Even if like he's found not guilty of like domestic violence, he's still going to get suspended for domestic violence. That's what they did last year with Ezekiel. That's what they did with Ezekiel Elliott last year. His girlfriend was caught lying, and they still suspended him. That's some old
6
bullshit,
games.
But the NFL tries to be bigger than the government. Yeah,
I know. Derek, we got to go.
What it is.
Derek, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay.
All right.
All right, fam. Oh man. Hey, it's Joey Mahoney. Joey. Joey?
Ronbo.
Joey, man, we're sitting here trying to console each other, man. And you know why. What are you thinking?
Well, first off, let me get that 9 o'clock. I need to get something, man. I need something.
Oh, you need to you need to holler?
I need to holler, man.
Yeah. I do need that every few minutes. Actually, I should do it more often. Joey, we're in a hole. We're going to get out of this, though. I got a feeling. But, meantime, we got to go through this. Well, what are you thinking?
Oh, man. Well, I guess my mock draft has changed, man.
No, everybody's mock just got shifted.
I might need to redo mine, man. I'm just telling you the truth.
It is, no, really, man. I mean, it just shakes up. I mean, Lynch and Mayhew, Peters, Shanahan, they're all sitting in that room now, figuring, okay, listen, we have to move this to here, move this one to here, move this one to here, guys. You know what? This is what we're going to have to do in order to cover up for this mistake. And we're going to need some more reinforcement here as well. So, I mean, they're probably just really, gosh, man, here we go.
That's. Man.
But you know something, honestly, Joey, they probably started making those changes a long time ago. They knew they're looking at 8 linebackers right now. 8. I counted. God, they got more linebackers in the visits and the pre-drafts and everything than any other position. I would have thought it'd been cornerback or defensive back. It's linebackers. They knew Ruben was in trouble.
And they might add more. We don't know.
I know, right? It's the whole draft is filled with linebackers.
Not just that, but,
damn.
You still got Derek Johnson out there that's on the sign.
Yeah.
So.
I wonder why they don't move on him.
Personally, I really want them to at least take a look. You know, even like 1-year deal, that would be pretty nice.
Well, they picked up Toomer.
Not bad. I mean,
they picked up. I think Toomer's going to be their only veteran.
Are you happy with that? I mean, come on.
Well, I don't. He may not make it through camp. I don't know. He's got. You know what? Last year, how many guys we signed to deals that didn't make it through camp? So I guess Toomer's just here for competition.
Competition, exactly, and that's what John Lynch wants. But Ronbo, do you realize that if our season started right now, our linebacking core is a guy coming off of a torn ACL, right? In what's his name, Malcolm Smith.
No. Hey. No. He tore a pectoral muscle.
Okay, that's right.
I was wondering why people keep thinking he's not recuperating. Malcolm Smith didn't have a leg injury, people. Malcolm Smith tore his pectoral muscle. That's healed, been healed for a long time. So other people think he's coming off a just serious injury. No, he's just like what's his name last year that was out running around the streets with Ruben that night. What's his name? Ray tore a pectoral muscle the year before last too, and Malcolm Smith's healthy. He'll be fine.
Yeah, but think about our linebackers. Well, we got Eli Harold. I mean, Malcolm Smith. You
can't run on Malcolm.
I don't even know who you would put.
Yeah.
I like him, but not as a number one though. You gotta have some more. You know.
I agree. You can throw on Malcolm all day. That's what scares me. But you can't. Don't run. He'll get you then. But yeah. Man.
I like Tremaine Edmonds, man. If we can get him out of the draft, I'll be happy.
I agree. I really do. That's my guy, man. I like Roquan, but I think Edmonds is better. I know.
Can I have both of them? Can I get both of them? Can I get Roquan?
I know, right? And see which one. And we'll send the one we don't like. We'll put him back.
Give me Tremaine at 9. We'll have Roquan fall to 31 like Ruben did last year. We'll up and we'll get both of them.
We get a 9 and we get a 9.5. You get both in the same pick.
Oh, okay. That works too. A 2-for-1 deal, huh? I'll take it.
There you go. You know. It's going to be okay. You know what, though? Because we're worried about this, and watch it it may end up being better than it was. And Ruben does come back, if he does come back, then we're all the more stronger. So, but we got to get some. But like Razor says, we're not moving forward by just replacing Ruben. We're just patching up a hole. We could have moved forward this year. We could pick up DJ Calhoun, maybe in the second round. Now you got Calhoun, you got Smith, and you got Foster. That's a death team. So, it's not a good thing. No matter what happens, it's going to be tough.
You think if he gets in deep trouble, they're going to release him, or do you think they're going to try to stay by him and keep him for as long as they can?
They're going to try to keep him, but like I said, they're going to give him the Des Bryant treatment. Ruben's going to have paid pros to hang around. He's not going to be left alone anymore until he learns how to act. When he can prove to John Lynch that he knows how to act, because they've invested a lot in him already. So Jed will handle paying the security people. He'll have rules, and if he wants to stay with the team, if he doesn't abide by the rules, then he'll be out on his own. So that's what's going to happen there. I got a feeling they've had enough of this.
I think me and Razor, we were talking before your show, and he was telling me that, Tremaine Edmonds comes from a really good family of smart minds, and that would be a safe pick. I think it was Razor, and that would be such a good pick because we wouldn't have to worry about Edmonds getting in trouble like we do Foster.
Oh no.
Foster, he comes from a family where what happened to his mom.
Pure hell. Pure hell.
Yeah, that's a very not a good situation. But with Edmonds, you don't have to worry about that. So it's more of like a safe pick. Like he wants to play football and be like a team player. With Ruben, I mean, he's going out to clubs, getting shot at. Apparently beating up his girlfriend. We don't know. But
leading the thug life. You know. It's funny though. Joe, it's funny. The reason Ruben may be such a good football player is because of what happened to him as a child. There's a level of rage in Ruben Foster that's going to be with him all his life, and it translated on the field, but not off the field. He's got a real problem there.
The problem with that, Rumbo, is I understand with what you're saying, but my favorite saying is the best ability is availability. If you're not available,
you're right.
You're no good to us.
Joey, we're going to see you tomorrow on that note, which is a good note. You're right. It's absolutely true. And we'll see you tomorrow night, same time, huh?
You got it, buddy. Hey, man, thanks for taking my call like always, man. It's
always appreciate you too, Joey. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too, buddy.
Oh, man. Okay, I guess let me look over here and see if I see anything. There's no questions tonight. Everybody's just talking amongst themselves. That's cool. Yeah. I see the Rams fans have come over to say hi again. Hi, Rams. You guys do know you're in trouble, though. Don't think us losing Foster. We're still going to stop Todd Gurley. I'm sure they got a plan. And if Edmonds comes in, either a linebacker we get, Todd will be dealt with. So don't get excited. Remember, you don't have a linebacker core. We know how to exploit that. We've got the right kind of coach that knows how to take advantage of weaknesses. Any chink in the armor will be exploited. That's why it's called Kyle Shanahan, the master play caller. Hey, Razor, we gonna be all right. Agreed. Yes, we will. Or as Obama said a few years ago, yes, we can. That's going to be our new chant. John McDowell wanted fighter too, but not now. The middle of the defense is non-existent. I know. Oh, God, man. And Jay Run's right. I really wish Raymond believes in bringing in Eric Reed to fill a void, but even Eric does not like playing that position. Man, I just don't know. I feel bad for Eric Reed, though. Is he not good? Eric Reed, he wants to come back as to be paid for nothing more than what he got last year for 1 year. I really wish the 49ers would listen to that. I mean, if he doesn't start, he doesn't start. I'm sure Eric will understand. Listen, Eric, your status on the team now. Is that okay? Is that going to be okay with you now? If you can get out there and earn your job back, it's one thing. But you need to know as you come in, Kowalski's already going to be our starter. And I'm sure Eric would agree to all that. And Eric might be motivated by it to come on out there and show that he's able to take it back. Although Kowalski's rising, man. You know how you see a player's potential starting to get higher and higher? That one-handed catch by Kowalski last year of Kelvin Benjamin, I haven't gotten over that yet. What? I didn't know what we had. That was outrageously good. And then plus you've got also Kowalski T going downfield with that guy, and also you got the human eraser back there. Adrian Colbert is going to be something special too. I got a feeling. So we got that free safety and safety position filled, but we do need backup because these guys get hurt all the time. Anyway, we'll get to that later. Chris, while you're right, if Gertie gets injured, the Rams season is done. I don't hope for that, though, because I'm not evil. Right, Chris, you already said it, though. It's true. The Rams' offense begins and ends with Gurley. And they know this. He was a number 2 receiver last year. He's a big ground gainer. He's the guy who got it all done for him. And in fact, as you know, the Falcons knew that before they came into that game, and henceforth shut the Rams completely over and out. So, you know. And Ray says Reuben Foster is becoming the new Greg Hardy and Alden Smith. Oh, God, that's such a nasty comparison, but it's... Reuben. Oh, God. Is it Fieva? Maybe that's a Fieva. This happened a long ass time ago, and it's not new. Lawyers have to make their money, Cornelius Sharp, I know. You see, the thing is, though, the DA's probably taking it as a real challenge because you know Jed has flown in some of the best legal team that there is available just to see if he can get this done. And if he's going to go up against them boys, it's going to be heavyweights. That's why Ruben came in and just said, yes, Your Honor. And he was told, Ruben, listen, don't you open your mouth to say anything more but yes, sir, and no, sir, to the, well, yes, Your Honor, no, Your Honor. And we'll be able to ride through this. Jesus Christ, Ruben, you're going to stay out of trouble. This is it. This is it, buddy. This is it. So you know what? I won't be surprised if Ruben does walk on this. But like I said, my own conscience says, did they just erase Ruben's mistake that the common man wouldn't be able to get out of because he can't afford that legal team? Can I sit back here and honestly root and support him knowing that he hurt that lady like that? See, I want to know he didn't do it. If I know he didn't do it, I'm fine, but I don't know why they can. It's rough. Anyway, fam, hey, please don't forget before you go. Hey, wait, don't hit that like. You know I love me some likes. Ow! I'll see you tomorrow on Red Gold Radio, fam. As Razor says, it's gonna be all right. All right. Have a good night, fam. Nighter!